I'm just looking at this new thing now.
Alright, so I've set the recording because I'm basically just gonna start talking things. So yeah, let's see, what all was it? So, like I said, since I can't really, or at least Google is not making it ergonomically and user-friendly to track down where I actually made the edits. Heck, like I said, it's just, click on a version. Okay, hold on, we have to reload your entire document, and then it doesn't go anywhere. So like I said, I'm like, I don't fucking know where stuff was. But I did some proofing and editing on lots of sections, so, like I said, double check your spell descriptions before you use the spell. It might be different now, or there might be a different qualifier.
Shit. Okay, I'm going to be double checking everything.
Yeah, let me see here. Let me start with...
I double checked all...
Here we go.
I double
there it is.
It's
a very tiny tab, okay.
It is a very
I double checked all... I double checked every
versions.
single mod that I had for weapons just to make sure things were.
Let's see if I can run through the edits real quick. When it finally fully loads, maybe I can actually. There's a little tiny tab which is like edits. Now, audience, while we wait for loading to happen, you can listen to me fish out dice.
Is one going to be at the bottom?
Probably.
Let's see.
Let's fish out some stuff. So obviously, like I said, there's been several new attachments added, and I reworded some. Because they were very short, and I realized that I'm sure I had an idea at the time. I was like, oh, these descriptions don't need to be super long. But then I'm like, yeah, but then, asshole, you write, like, paragraphs about other stuff, so you should actually describe some of this stuff.
Master. No, I didn't mean to put masterwork in the fucking address bar.
This is actually liking the little tuned weapon thing more and more as I'm reading it.
Oh yeah, it seems super cool. It's also super expensive.
Yeah, it's plus 200.
Hey, you can do it yourself for half the cost.
Yes.
Then you gotta do it yourself.
And I know I still have to scrounge up all the materials for runes and whatnot, so...
So, let's see, I can kind of track this through the different routes, so...
Okay, the two weapons... Oh. Okay, so there's the downside.
So we had to cut down mod... So many things.
And this thing just acts as a...
Like, how Iron Man do I want to be right now?
Right.
As I look at the powered armor entry.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, but also the tune up is also... If it gets destroyed, you pretty much get damaged.
Yeah, it hurts a lot.
Yes.
So another thing I added, which I think I told you about, was I actually finally went in, I bit the bullet, and I wrote descriptions for all the mortar and bomb ammo and stuff, because that wasn't explicitly described before. Now it is. I wrote lots of stuff about reloading.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I think that's most of the, early afternoon versions. Just let me check the latest edit in that chain.
Okay.
It's still going to be way easier.
Right,
Google, you've got a fucking compile of every little edit I did. Why can't you make a master list at the top? But no.
I could have sworn there was something. No, maybe there wasn't.
No,
not really. If you click the big ones, the top of the drop down menu, it's like, nah, bruh.
Huh. I'm going to have to elevate rank weapons. Going to have to. That's another 400 crest drop.
You can only have one attuned weapon at a time ever.
Yeah.
That's fine, usually.
I'm just looking at rooms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a...
though it does... when I did the... That's not in this document, obviously. When I did the rewrite, in case you guys missed it, that's actually in the notes about enchanting items is making your own runes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those have a flattened complexity and a materials cost.
Right. Complexity of 50. Yes, complexity of 50 and that has a component cost.
Yeah.
Which is however much.
Which is probably a lot, but still.
I always laugh at these fucking keyboard shortcuts, because I'm looking at previous versions of my character sheet, because that's I can check. And the button to check your previous edit and your next edit is Control Alt J and Control Alt K. It's like, who decided that?
Yeah. Probably some scrub.
Yeah. Well, at least J and K
Oh.
are at least next to each other, so it's
And
easy.
then,
Oh, well, yeah, it's
So you can-
the shit. What are the common already in use that everybody's going to use for something else?
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you got to configure your own stuff in like game controls. It's a whole
Yeah.
thing where you got to find a key that nobody's using.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. So this is
yeah,
what
why did it do? I need to get this back up. I know with my thing, which is just a spreadsheet, is even more unhelpful with that previous version history.
Well, I'm more concerned is because of how I fucking cut down my fucking my character sheet is I basically moved like a bunch of mechanics into my comments. So basically I click on like active barrier and my comments scroll down to the active barrier comment. And it's cool because it actually pops out a little bit.
Okay.
So now I have to actually like go and look at like all of them and be like, heck.
Okay, so let's see your complex. Okay, so it only costs 100 for the original cost plus the original cost for the materials. Okay, so that's 100. So all it needs 200 then. I have only 11 credits.
Yeah, you're not getting. And hey, you guys don't get a lot for danger pay right now. We'll clock that. Everybody gets a whopping 3 MC for danger pay because your logistics score sucks.
Yes.
We need to improve that. Is there actually any text on like how to improve logistics or whatever?
No, mostly that's assigned. I think I gave you guys a little bit of a roundup after your last couple missions, but hey, we'll see if that gets improved this time. Let's see, where was I?
Yeah. Also, I was just thinking about, but also a question: could you actually just scrounge up the components for the rig stuff?
No,
But
that's why you got to buy it. You need technically, yeah, you can salvage some. Like there are roles for in the field, but
okay,
you can't just wander around the city and go, "Ooh, yes, this etherically charged charcoal is gonna be really good in my fire rune." Yes, good. No,
right.
That shit belongs to somebody, and he's like, "Hey, you need to pay me, bruh."
Right. Yeah, I know that. And war, find somewhere war rune or wood rune is very difficult, anyways.
So I'm just double checking my edits I made.
Yeah,
Stuff that's not relevant to you guys is I added a new career note. It's a new career. It's chaplain. You guys are already careers. You're not going to suddenly cross-class into being into a chaplain.
yeah, we already have cross-class.
Yeah, I already took my veteran.
Same.
There's mostly
check
ammunition. There was a tune. There was a couple new weapon mods as I continue to think about period weapon tech. Doing cool things. Sometimes I gotta stop myself though before I do something dumb.
Earth. I'm checking on Earth aspects now. Let's see what was changed there.
Yeah, and it might be that nothing was changed for something, but like I said, I did the whole read down every line and double check for stuff. Did a lot of proofing and editing, but I think that's the most of it. Was just a couple of minor edits here and there. We got a version of the Street System. Where's my outline?
Got in some cases, I'll probably find stuff that I can sell.
A muzzle brake would be really good for an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, right, we do have the precious gem cache that we buried.
Yeah, we do. We marked it on the map, but
yeah.
Again, as I said, we don't want to
overflow the market with it.
Yeah, because remember, what we're supposed to be doing is gathering all this shit up and sending it to the fucking homeland. But right now, we're not getting much from the fucking homeland, so I'm all like, well...
Hey, that's not the homeland's fault.
Well, I mean, if we try to send it out, it's gonna suffer the same fucking, That's what I meant, is if we send it out, it's gonna suffer the same problem that shit trying to get in.
Well, yeah, yes and no. It depends on if they know what's on it, because they're not necessarily universally sinking any ships that leave because, well, maybe they don't have anything. But if you are, using cargo vessels that are flagged, they may pull it over and check your manifest.
Yeah, so just like,
Alright, so all this minimalist rule stuff is done. So I think it's just, did we edit anything in creation? I read over all this stuff, but I don't think I actually changed a lot. I just made sure it all made sense. But there's a new career for chaplain, which gives you access to some stuff. You get a pocket pistol, you get warded robes, and you get holy water. I mentioned already the new sidebar I wrote on about reloads, which is basically like, okay, here's what I mean when I say reload, because God knows what format your ammunition actually is in. We got all the, like I said, all the descriptions for mortars, rockets, bombs, etc. up.
Do I want to extend a magazine for my automatic weapon?
You might, what's extended give you?
It's just additional 50%, I think it is.
Alright, so that would take you from 20 to 30. That's not terrible.
Yeah, wait, actually, what was it? That's only plus 5. Oh, wait, no. Oh, it's plus 1.5 kg, though. Jesus, that's heavy. This gun's already heavy.
Right. Extend?
Yeah. It's the rough approximation of the weight of the extra metal in the mag and the extra bullets in the gun.
Yeah, like my automatic rifle's
most of these weapons have their weight based on what they weigh loaded.
Yeah. So like,
which depending on your gun can be a lot. Like there are, especially with automatic, like squad automatic weapons, there's a lot of cases where you're like, oh, this weighs like 5 pounds empty, but like 15 pounds or 20 pounds loaded. So
yeah. Like, the automatic rifle already weighs 7.25 kgs alone. I mean, not alone, but, loaded.
Right. Which is pretty heavy. Not as much as carrying a light machine gun. Oh, that's another thing I added. I forgot. I actually was side reading my notes, and it's like, oh yeah, the light machine gun says they overheat. I do have a tag for that, so I added the overheat tag to those by default.
Mm-hmm.
Your automatic rifle doesn't have that problem. You can't fire enough bullets at once to overheat it.
Okay, so oh shit, that is something I have not done. I have not properly tallied up my weight. I don't think I'm anywhere close to being over, because I picked up tactical rigging and stuff, and I actually unloaded some of my stuff. But
okay, so
still,
I have drum magazine. Right, I have a drum magazine for my SMG.
Yep.
That reminds me, I have gem coming in a pouch of gem. I'm gonna cut these things into fucking runestones. I'm gonna be like, bam! Tell me my future.
Oh yeah, that was another thing. That wasn't something I changed, but I was just reading over. I was like, oh yeah, I added little stuff here, like runestones, and I know he's been interested in totems, but also I was like, oh yeah, sanctifies water's in here. Why aren't you guys covered in holy water?
Oh yeah, I've been eyeing those totems so much.
Yeah,
I'm gonna basically make a custom totem, but
I've been
again, this is one of those
things. Should have an earth totem.
You should.
Okay, I think the additional right now, the additional mods, some of the editing on some of the spells and stuff like that is the primary stuff you guys should be concerned with. Also, just in general, I'll caution you again. Like, if you're trying to remember a rule, I'd go back and look it up, because I have edited lots of little formatting and stuff to be cleaner and more consistent.
I remember reading Sanctify One, and I liked your last bit of here, which was stories of them bursting into flame when covered are probably an exaggeration. I'm just like, keck.
Yeah, I like to put a little bit of the me flavor. Like, that's in the sidebar about ammo, which is like, by the way, if you're stripped down to your undergarments and don't have anywhere to carry the ammo, obviously you can't carry your fucking ammo. There's no fuck in there, but it's like that. Yeah. It's basically like, this is why the bag.
Excuse me, is that a banana clip in your? Is that a banana clip in your underwear? Are you just happy to see me?
Yeah. I'm just looking at that. I was just like,
but yeah. So for people who are maybe listening and following at home, there's a couple new stuff. Like one of them was I added the cut down, which is a pistol modification to make your gun scary, dangerous, but easier to draw. So you whittle down, you file down the barrel, you file down the hammer and the iron sights. You give it a nice slick coating.
As he called it, was the nega Ulrich.
Yeah, I called it the anti-Ulrich because it makes your gun shorter range and do less damage and less accurate. But there's no penalty at all to fire it into a melee. You can always draw it as a free action, even if you're not a gunslinger, and you get a +10 to subterfuge tests to conceal it on your person. The only major downside besides the mechanical one is you can't just pop this off and on in a turn. You have to actually get it a workbench and swap out your modified parts for stock parts. Let's see, is there any other additional... Like, I reworded the heavy barrel, so it explains why it's good, why it does stuff. I don't think you guys really can... Like, Ulrich's maybe the only one who might benefit from a night sight, which is basically... So, in our modern life, you can get radioactive gas dots to illuminate your fucking sights at night. Mm-hmm. So you can actually see your iron sights. Well, hey, guess what? You guys have illuminated watches because of Ethereum, so now you can get Ethereum illuminated night sights on your pistols, or any weapon that doesn't have the FAR tag, because I thought about it, but I'm pretty sure at this time period, there aren't a lot of use of reticles on, like, telescopic sights, so there's nothing for the Ethereum to illuminate. So if you put a telescope on it, you can't get a night sight, but if that means that if you put it on a gun, if you aim, you can have the penalties for low light and complete darkness in addition to keeping your aiming bonuses, because you can actually see your fucking sights. I reworded the pistol stock, so it expands that it requires 2 hands, if it didn't already, because unless you're bracing the fucking gun on your shoulder, you're not, using a stock. That's not how that works.
Right.
We already had all that stuff. I think the only thing I added after those 2 was spare magazine. That's a new one, because like I said, I reworded how reloading adds some more detail. So basically, this is, you have a little holder on your gun which holds your spare ammo, like a shell rack for a shotgun, or I've also seen some examples of World War I era guns where, like, there were aircraft machine guns that had, like, 2 mags stuck in at once, and you flip a mechanical setup to switch which mag you use. So I'm like, okay, that's on theme. You can get a little some kind of mechanical device to carry your spare ammo right in your gun. You still have to spend the half action to switch, but hey, guess what? If you're carrying your gun, you're carrying your spare ammo. And I think it's everything. There's nothing new and added. Oh, I was thinking about it, but I haven't written it yet. That maybe there should be standalone incendiary rounds, but I haven't written that out yet, because that was a thing they were doing at the time. But yeah.
Oh, so for spare magazine, so you say, like, rifles and shotguns only. Does that, like, basically just call for all rifles? Because, like, you're saying, like, the automatic rifles kind of has this giant box mag. Is like
yes,
so,
that says rifle in it. You can apply that.
All right.
Mostly the idea is so you can't apply it to a light machine gun, because you can't hide a second pan mag on your gun. That's not how that works. It's a huge fucking hundreds or actually, is it like 48 round pan? Whatever. It's a big fucking tub of ammo, because I'm based it on the Lewis gun. So, like, you have big ammo drums on those things. You can't carry a second one on your gun. That's really gonna fuck up your aim.
I do not need a vertical grip on this thing, because I plan on shooting high explosive rounds, which are gonna blow up. I do not want to be anywhere
firing
close
that
to
into melee. The vertical grip is really good for, like, shotguns or SMGs, where you're like, shit, I'm actually gonna, knock down some doors. I'm gonna jump in some trenches.
There probably is going to be a moment when I do have to shoot this fucking, like, highly explosive gun in the melee, just because.
No, you're carrying basically, like I said, the equivalent of a Browning automatic rifle or something. You're a highly experimental weapon, which is like, okay, so what if we gave an infantryman a fully automatic rifle that he could carry and not need to stop, drop, and shoot? Because it doesn't have the brace tag.
Which one was it? Was it like the was the M19 Browning? Which one was it?
Yeah, then it's model of 1918, I think.
Yeah, okay. Browning automatic rifle. Okay.
So yeah, this was because John Moses Browning was a genius. This was literally one of the first weapon designs, which is like, hey, what if we gave an infantryman, like I said, a fully automatic weapon that he could actually carry and shoot? It's designed to be hip or shoulder fired, not.
I found the pick.
Not stop, drop, and fired. Because technically what you're supposed to do with a light machine gun, which is why it has the brace tag, which is you're supposed to jog with it, drop down prone or into a crouch, pop the bipod, and fire it that way. You are carrying an automatic rifle, which is like, no, this is actually... and that's actually... that picture's got to be a World War II model, because that actually has a bipod attached. Yeah. Like, the prototypes, like, you got... Those don't start with a bipod. Though you could put one on if you want.
No, I'm good. Being on a bipod means I have to be on the fucking ground.
Yeah, we discussed that problem a lot, which is like the... not a lot of cover in space. Anyway, hey, we've been going for like 20 minutes. Let me belt out really quick our patron intro, if you're still here.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
No problem. We'll get back to that in a second. But hey, everybody. If you're listening to this episode is brought to you by patrons who include Anga Comics, Qua, Jeremy Vasquez, Kylie Denton, Nestor Flores, and Sotosan0424. And if you like what we do and want to see us do more, you should consider supporting us on Patreon. It's a real fun time. You could listen to this episode live if you wanted. I don't think anybody ever does that, though.
No. God damn it, I want... God, I know this is my issued one, and usually I don't want this, but I feel my automatic rifle needs some mods. I'm not gonna feel good unless I get mods. God damn it.
Yeah,
I'll try not to go too...
I mean, it's the...
Yeah.
I'll get mods that I can take back off.
It's your advanced career, so, like, that's your special advanced assigned gun. Like, Ulrich's going nuts on his fucking handguns.
Yeah. I gave my revolvers names.
I'll go with that then, since it's my advanced gun career thing. Sure, because I can't fucking buy a goddamn masterwork one. Holy shit!
No, you really can't. They're super expensive.
Okay, now checking Aethers.
Extended magazine, spare magazine.
I gave my guns names based on what Lucky gave me, so Lorelei on. Whatever the other one was, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Radisker! The fucking squirrel that climbs the world tree. Yeah!
It's a squirrel messenger.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know about that. That was like so obscure. It's like
the only reason I knew about Radisker is because God of War, and he's a summon. And anytime you summon him, it's just like this manly ass dude going, "Fuck yeah, Radisker!" as the squirrel runs around the battlefield. I'm like, this is amazing.
And what does it do? It just like kills things?
It doesn't kill things. It just like it finds stuff for you. But
okay,
I'm like,
so it's pretty much like, hey, dude, here's some spare ammo.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like usually it would like find you health and stuff. But I just found it amazing, and I actually had to look it up. And Radisker,
that actually makes a whole lot of sense then.
Yeah, but motherfucking Radisker
because of the wood
badass squirrel,
wood rune, the healing.
Yeah, so and that's what I was like, oh yeah, like that's what I was doing. I was trying to find like some things that were on theme for you. I was like, yeah, fucking Lorelei, fucking Siren, luring sailors to her death upon like crashing upon the rocky shore. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Let's see here.
All right, so hey, we're starting now. So hey, guess what you guys need to do?
No,
you need to roll me toughness for post mission fatigue. Because I did the math. You guys were out there for about 8 hours, all told.
I think I failed mine. What a 35.
It's straight toughness.
Wait. Do I get a bonus for post-mission fatigue? No, I don't.
Do you have Stay Frosty yet?
Yeah, not yet. So, no. I should get that. After I get done buying all the spells that make me not die.
There's a lot of those.
Alright, post.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I'm gonna guess probably a good 33% of spells are please no die. The other 33% are please die, and then the third 33 is I'm gonna do some magic.
Okay, so
I just remembered. Lucky, you're gonna want to remember this, especially if you're taking notes, because you have warp steel, right?
Yeah.
There is a clarified note that if you do it to structures or vehicles, it does integrity damage. That wasn't actually in the notes before, and I'm like, I should probably make that explicit. Because before it said you could damage weapons by steps, but it didn't have any interaction with like vehicles or structures. Like I said, if you punch a steel wall and make it bend, you should damage the wall. So
okay,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I double checked the whole thing with Earth, and it was the only thing that was changed was all like I think like Pent to Pierce on Breath of the Earth.
Yeah, I did some editing.
I haven't. I'm right now checking everything else right now.
Yeah, audience. I've been in editing and proofing mood lately, so I have gone over some stuff, and we've been having some problems actually being able to track my edits.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've done everything with mobility, I think. So now I need to check.
Oh, by the way, I got 0 degrees of failure for that test.
Oh, okay. So you are fatigued for 16 hours until you rest 16 hours. So you will still the next day be sleepy. Because you guys were up all night, basically.
I succeeded in it.
All right, you're fine. Of course you did. I think you have a bonus for like plus 20 on this minimum.
I think I have plus 10 from that, but if I'm out of the unit, then I would get it.
Anyway, you passed.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally failed by 2. I have a toughness of 33. I got a 35.
I think oh yeah, I get a plus 10 from that from Vanguard.
Okay.
Don't have any other pluses.
Alright. Anyway.
But I do have yeah, sorry.
So, the captain is a little tired because you guys basically, like I said, you did spend a lot of your time waiting, but you were out and about in the wild and in the environment for like 8 hours straight. Longer than you had to. You had to slow your roll.
Wolfgang is paranoid. He is high tension at all times.
Yeah, so basically...
Especially out in the field.
So basically, you had a tense night mission and your sleep cycles are disrupted. One of you is perfectly fine because he does this shit all the time. The other one is like, coffee.
Yep, I'm telling you right now, that's how I'm starting my day. I'm not going to get my special coffee. That's for special attention. But I have my regular
that does mean
coffee.
That should you need to make any rolls within your toughness mod in hours, you're fine because of coffee.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you did your mission and everything got distributed. So for everybody gets called down to morning briefing the next day. Heck, revelry blares. Also, I think technically, the call is only for like 6 hours, so you might need more. You might need more sleep because you probably got back. I think we did the math at like midnight. So like morning wake up call is probably 06 or 0700. So you don't get a full 8 hours of sleep. Heck.
No, some military choose like 0400.
Nah, you guys are mages and you're in technically a low alert. Like you're not. They don't need you up in the middle of the night to do night patrols or dawn patrols or anything. So
yeah,
I figure 0600 is a nice military time. Oh, is the sun up? Everybody wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
The sun's up. Your day has started.
Yes. Okay, good.
Ow! Sorry, I'm still sore from working yesterday, so
I know that
sudden
feeling. I whacked a few weeds, but my posture was shitty, so like one of my legs is bothering me.
Oh god, pain. Okay, what were you saying, Megan? My bad.
Yeah, I was just saying. Okay, so 0600, the sun's up. Everybody wake the fuck up. You have morning mess.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
You drink big coffee.
Big coffee. Cream and sugar, or milk and sugar. Actually, how do Germans drink coffee? I don't know.
Probably straight, nice and black.
Yeah, okay.
Probably just like black because
Germans.
Because they're German.
Let me see here. I'm Google Sensei.
But after morning mess, basically, you're called on for morning briefing. The major is here. You're not entirely sure that the major slept last night, but it's hard to tell with her. Basically, you and your senior NTO can all pile in this nice, lovely big team briefing. So basically, she gets to her little podium and is like, "Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Blah blah blah. Everybody doing good. Ongoing, strategic. Blah blah blah. Last night,
big sip of coffee right here.
Last night, she points in at you. What's your last name again? Schmidt. That's right. Last night, Hauptmann Schmidt liaised with intelligence to guide some friendly infantrymen back into territory who have recovered lots of intelligence reports, which we are now sifting through. Their commanding officer was kind enough to forward to me, and I did some research, and apparently at this stage, the Germans actually did not have a brigadier general equivalent.
Oh, really?
They skip straight from colonel to major general, called general major. So that's your chief officer here. Your high command is the general major. Who doesn't I thought about giving a name, but I was like, no, he's just the general major. His mustache is very impressive. He has a monocle. But he's not here right now. But basically, that's your boss's boss is the major general.
Dun, dun, dun.
But basically, so the major is reflecting to you, so that was passed on to, our high command. Stuff is percolated down, and thanks to the memorandum that Captain Schmidt also submitted, which I believe has been positively viewed, we are now planning a new mission, because one of the things the scouts recovered was enemy timetables on supply shipments and troop movements. At the moment, it appears they are mostly concerned with fortifying their borders so that we cannot make further advancements, and that perhaps if they receive a surge of men, they can push back across and retake the territory they've lost. At the moment, though, we have heavily locked down lanes of approach in the south. We've fortified our areas along the river, which we've taken, which will prevent most of a river approach. And obviously, to our east is mostly desert or open savanna lands, which makes a infantry advance very difficult. Especially since, obviously, aerial mages can intercept very quickly, as you know. But basically, we know some of their troop movements, and there are several shipments which they are going to be moving in the next couple of days, which we are excited to take on. And basically, she gives everybody the Cliff's notes of your memo that you wrote to High Command, which is basically like, okay, so while they're blockading us, we need to make an effort to, do cut and bleed operations, basically destroy or recapture enemy supplies, strengthen our own position while weakening theirs so they're not able to, take advantage of anything, or there's nothing to take advantage of because we're actually just as supplied as we need to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she basically, like I said, she regurgitates the short version of your memo very artfully, and says, so this is our primary advantage. And she kind of, pulls up some sketches and some aerial recon photos on the projector. Ka-chunk. Get that classic film sound. So, here are the basics. Oh, that's right, I should have given... I forgot to give this a cool name. Let me randomly generate the operation.
I continue to look at my shopping list.
You're thinking about shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who knows?
Probably
Maybe
won't be
you'll
able to build any of my master.
Maybe you'll be able to steal stuff.
Yeah. Probably not going to be able to build any of my masterwork stuff yet, but I'll make do.
No, because that takes days, because unfortunately, building a masterwork is like, you got to start from the ground up.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm okay with that.
Plus, plus 10 to mechanics for having Rite of the Lightning.
Ooh,
for electronics.
Equipment. Yeah, electronics.
Yeah, it's permanent. You can sense electricity. Yeah.
I
like this one. Like, one of these makes more sense, but I like this one better. This is Operation Silver Rhino.
Ow! I heard the laugh too.
Alright, so this is Operation Silver Rhino. She's gonna run this down, because this is basically what you guys suggested you want to do. So, primary objective, you guys are going to be conducting a hit-and-run sabotage operation on an enemy supply run. We know that from the schedule that, let's see. I want some sense of urgency, but I also want some time. We'll say 2 days from now. So in 2 mornings, because, hey, guess what? Heads up, dawn mission.
Oh.
Yep, that's right. They're doing a dawn supply run. So in 2 days' time, there will be an enemy supply run. There will be 6 trucks in a convoy. Your mission is to disable or destroy these trucks and the supplies they carry. This is going to need to be done fast because obviously they are a moving target. You will need to do this within the window in which they are traveling, so don't fuck up and get lost. And as a tertiary objectives, basically, I'll do this in character. She kind of runs you down the notes. So, there are 6 trucks. They're going to be along this road. We found a desert road they're going to be conducting this operation on. As you know from our time here, the local roads are not the best. It's much better to travel by rail, but unfortunately neither side has necessarily heavily improved the rail infrastructure of some of these areas. So this is a desert access road that they, on their side of the border, they have carved out. It's going to the front. You're looking at basically multiple types of field. Through the center of the terrain runs the road. There is a very clear divot down here. There's a depression which the road is set in. The road is clearly marked. There will be a light fence and some small scrub as windbreak. Because basically all the terrain around the road is dunes. So you're looking at high, close dunes to either side. This means that they don't have any fucking visibility off the road, but you guys don't have any fucking long-range visibility off the road either. So basically you'll be able to hide down in behind these dunes and stuff, but it's a close set terrain. You're going to have a hard time viewing distance, except from the air. But you're not going to want to be in the air because it's going to be a clear day at dawn. So deserts. Anyway, the road is easily visible. Like I said, they cleared out a lot of land to it. They've set some fences and some windbreaks to try and prevent, locals from running their goats or sheep over the middle of the road or other stuff like that. Prevent sand from blocking it completely, kind of. The target will be isolated in the middle of nowhere. You're going to have clear visibility to these guys. They're using, standard issue trucks in the desert. And what's important to me is the nature of these trucks. So there's 6 trucks. There are going to be what appear to be 2 light units on motorbikes who run in front and behind the convoy to scout ahead and make sure, the fence hasn't gotten knocked down and somebody is running their goats over the middle of the road, or make sure that a mysterious desert tree has fallen in the way, or perhaps we're, sitting around the corner with a couple of infantry divisions waiting for these trucks to come by. So they will be lightly armed, but they will be highly mobile to act as cover and messengers if needed. They can go much faster than those trucks. Mm-hmm. The content of the trucks is... the array of the trucks is unknown. There's no set in the schedule what order they go in, so you may have to physically approach the trucks to identify them. One truck should be fairly easy. It'll be loaded with fuel. As valuable as this is, unfortunately, I do not believe it is possible for even the captain's recovery unit to lift an entire truck. So, that will probably not be recoverable.
Right.
There are 2 trucks which are loaded down with ammunition and other military supplies, some spare weapons or specialist tech. Those are mostly useless to us, as they are obviously in the enemy's weapon calibers. Those will probably be easy to destroy, just watch for secondaries. It is the next 2 trucks, which... Hold on, my phone's ringing.
Excuse everyone, the captain has to take a call. Or the major has to take a call.
I don't know how well that picked up on the microphone, but it was distracting. Yeah. It's not anybody that matters, because nobody has my fucking phone number. Anyway. Okay, so the latter 3 trucks are what interest the major the most. 2 of these are loaded down with basic logistical supplies. Rations, clean water, bandages, etc. These, if possible, you are to raid and recover. It is the 6th truck that makes this operation able to be accomplished by our units, but also makes the target somewhat dangerous. The final truck is a mage supply truck.
Oh, God.
This will be loaded down with spare Ethereum cores for the front, other additional supplies such as alchemical reagents, various materials, which mages use, perhaps some other, pre-prepared ingredients, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So
ritual materials.
Right.
These will be loaded in this truck. Unfortunately, this means that there will be a mage escort in this truck. There are no notes of them using mobility units, so hopefully they won't be traveling in force, but there should be at least 6 mages crewing this truck, 2 in the actual operation of the truck and 4 in the back. Otherwise, each truck is crewed by just 2 soldiers, a driver, and a backup driver / technician. Both of them should be pretty lightly armed, pistols, SMGs, something like that, There might be an infantryman in the back of the truck, but probably not to save space, so you're looking at a very limited number of enemies to deal with, but some of those will be mages, and they will be equipped appropriately.
Okay.
So that's basically your mission. Your tertiary objective is inventory and requisition. Actually, get into the trucks, ID what's in them, take anything you think we can use. Primary objective, trash or disable the trucks. Even if you don't destroy them, because obviously if with the ammo and fuel trucks there's risk of secondaries and stuff. Even if you don't destroy those supplies, if they have to send another set of trucks to pick up the supplies off those trucks you disabled or whatever, then they're wasting materials, they're slowing down, etc.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so basically, you got a couple days prepare before this patrol will go. It will be at dawn, and it will be, roughly around daybreak, and it will be clear because you'll be in the middle of the desert.
Okay.
And then basically the briefing is adjourned. Look forward to results.
Oh joy.
Oh yeah.
As you are heading out, Captain.
Excuse me?
I said, as you are heading out, Captain, the Major signals to you to speak with her privately for a second.
Oh.
Pulls you into her office and just wants to give you a little heads up. Apparently, in addition to reading your memorandum, High Command and the Homeland are super excited about all this stuff your unit's doing, and they think it's a quite dashing tale. And they are planning on adding a War Correspondent to your unit. Hey, so by the way, you don't even have to roll tactics for this. You were on the Western Front. You know that during this time period of your service, neither side was really keen on embedded reporters, and heavily censored and controlled all outgoing press. So you immediately can sense shenanigans.
Yeah.
I understand. Obviously, this is not a standard arrangement. I don't know the nature of the correspondent at this time. I said that I would have to insist they send a mage so that they would fit in with the unit. According to High Command, that will be no problem. They are being sent here directly.
When should we expect them, Major?
Well, depending on exactly how they're traveling, I'm not entirely sure. I'm obvious. During this time, I believe it might be too dangerous to send them by boat, so they may be having somebody, kind of flown in on civilian air. In that case, we might expect them within the next couple of days. I will be sure to let the front desk know when they... Let the front desk know to let you know when they've arrived. They will be attached to your unit, but you will not be required to quarter and supply them. They'll be handling all of that themselves. Obviously, if anything is of a sensitive military nature, I have been assured we have blanket powers to cut in for the press censors and prevent anything sensitive from being shown or discussed. But they are not part of my military chain of command, so...
Well, luckily we don't do... I try to make sure that we do not think... We try to keep our noses clean here, but... The press... It's fine.
Yes, I am certain that nobody wants to jeopardize the nature of this front by publicating anything salacious. And obviously this will hopefully have to go all the way back home. Our local newspapers are a little understaffed at the moment.
Okay.
But I believe this is meant to be a series of morale-raising pieces, reports from the front, our brave men and women fighting abroad in the colonies, sort of thing.
I see. Very well, then.
I expect, she kind of like claps you on the shoulder and says, I expect, Captain, you have nothing to worry about this, other than that your exploits will be beginning to look like a penny dreadful by the time we make it back home.
Well, in that case, what could possibly go wrong?
Your XO does a flying dropkick out of nowhere for you daring to say that. The captain is immediately destroyed. No. But alright, so you guys have a couple days...
probably, there is probably going to be some verbal berating.
Why would you say that? Never say that. Do you remember what our first officer, what Captain Jimmy said that? He got exploded. And then set on fire.
Woke up...
He was asleep at the time.
Look at that ash fire.
I said the Western Front was some shit, yo. But, alright.
So you got a couple days before your mission.
Alright, let's assemble the Brain Trust.
The Brain Trust is assembled. Everybody
I have enough people. Can I get my own small...
What do you
I'm
want?
just gonna use the fucking meeting rooms. Damn.
Yeah, you gotta... You there's a briefing theater here. I think we discussed this. You can just book it.
Yeah, we're gonna assemble. I'll get the slides, the maps. We'll get the assorted paperwork. Alright, so... We're potentially facing basically a small force of people carrying supplies. Since we have not hit their supplies lines directly before, they're probably not expecting anything to happen this time. Unfortunately, for that to stay happening, we're gonna need to make sure that they don't know who hit them. Unfortunately, out of character. Do we have anything to jam radio signals? Has that been developed at all?
Yes, that's called, you find their radio frequency and you basically you hot mic it. You would have your radio man figure out what their radio frequency is and just hold down her receiver and just make lots of noise.
Right.
They'd probably be able to find a way around it. I don't think there's like broadband radio jamming yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
but here's another thing. These guys aren't going to be carrying radios. There's no radios in the trucks. If the mages have mobility units, they will have their shortwave radios, but they're going to be driving through the middle of nowhere desert. There's no like relays or anything. Radio technology in the war really sucks.
Dang. Well,
that's why they have those guys on motorbikes, so that they can physically send dudes ahead. So you're going to want to make sure those motorbike guys don't go anywhere.
Yep.
So...
Oh, actually, here's another thing I should specify. The reason why the Major was like, don't fuck with the fuel truck, she would have explicitly reminded you guys that you guys know that, especially on rough terrain, you know how fast an aerial patrol in mobility units can outpace a truck. So,
yeah.
Because you guys literally experienced that last night, so she's like, don't take only what you can carry. Don't try and steal a truck. They'll catch you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm already telling you right now, we're basically mobilizing the full recovery unit here.
Yep.
Well,
that's their job. They break stuff and fix it, and they'd be the ones to know what you're missing in inventory.
Let's see here. We can't take the full trucks, but no. How about German trucks versus Stahl trucks versus Commonwealth trucks? Probably not comparable. Screw that. Ain't gonna strip them for parts either.
That would probably be too much extra weight. Actually, because hey, guess what? Vehicles are a thing that exist in this system. That's my Marshall game book. That's not what I want to click off of. I want to be in the main book for vehicles. Vehicles. I thought about adding some armored stuff, but I'm like, they don't know you're coming. That's the whole point of this. So,
but
there's a couple of motorcyclists, and motorcycle is right there in the actual thing, and then right below that is cargo truck.
But, let's see, I would like to get some of the fuel, but I'm pretty sure that means we'd have to load up fucking empty barrels and pour it out.
You'd be at the slightly anachronistic jerry can.
Yeah. Too much effort.
A lot of weight. Liquid is, like, if you guys are going to try to carry water, you're going to be in, like, water skins and canteens, not like, oh shit, they have a wooden barrel of water. That's too much.
Yeah.
To specify, by the way, you probably also can't take everything because the way, as empirically determined by the incredible scientific research put into this game, the way that the special ability of a cargo truck works is a truck can hold up to 2,000 kilograms of cargo.
Jeez.
In the back.
I don't know, maybe I don't know, it's a small force, but maybe we should bring like I don't know how my guys will feel about being made into pack mules.
You're the boss.
I am the boss.
You let them know what you want. You're right in that's technically the recovery unit's job. They've got block and tackle, extra recovery hooks, sling bags, shit like that, because that's what they do in a mission is they carry shit to places and they fix or break things.
Maybe what? We're gonna. I'll put the air rifles on it. I'll team up the air rifles with the recoveries.
Right. 2 platoons.
Yep, 2 platoons. And I'll have them waiting in the wings. I guess I could fucking literally put one platoon on one side of the dunes and the other platoon on the other side.
Yeah, pinch room.
This shit.
Pretty classic.
The what?
I said pinch room. That's pretty classic.
Yeah. And I guess I can let the loot the weapon truck if they want to. It's like trophies are a thing, and won't be a main objective. I'm not gonna say no if people want to grab a cool
like I said, the issue is you don't know which trucks are which, so somebody's gonna have to pop open the back canvas and look inside anyway. So
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be pretty. You can probably tell which one's the mage truck because 4 angry mages are gonna come boiling out of the back. But
find which one is which.
Yeah, no.
Like I said, the fuel truck will be pretty obvious because it's an actual tanker truck.
Actually, yeah, that's one is obvious. Well, A, take care of the motorcycle guys, and B, take care of the mages.
Alright, well, I'm just trying to envision, we're gonna have to take out the motorcycle guys first, because if either one of them makes a break for it, well, that's the tension we have to fucking divide.
Yeah, those guys have 150 kph on open terrain.
Let me see here. What is my KPH? I think it's higher. But still, that's like that means I have to send people out or go after them. We have to go after them ourselves, and I don't want to deal with that.
I believe it's because I modified the aerial speed to be 3x. That means a motorcycle is about as fast as your guys are on average.
Yeah, so that could be an extended chase. Like, I can fucking catch them. My max speed is 400 kilometers per hour.
How far out in front and back are these motorcycles?
They're probably going to be within visual range, you know.
Okay, so probably like, they could still probably be like in 100 meters out.
Maybe not hundreds of meters, but like I'm thinking like dozens, like 20 or 30 maybe.
Yeah, that
meters front or back.
Right.
All right, so this is a first step is going to be take out these motorcyclists. Ulrich, how comfortable you feel about taking taking out a moving target like that?
Well, look, I'm just like looking at the revolvers I have, looking back up. I probably could do so.
All right. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna like highlight a good place that looks like it has some good high dunes.
All
right. So
your optimal would be either you'd want it, like I said, like a deep canyon, and you want either a super long straightaway, and you're just gonna completely ambush them front to back, and they've got nowhere to run, or you're gonna want a blind curve.
Yeah, I also know they have breath that one thing where it can sink into the earth and do have earthquake.
Actually,
I don't know how much
interesting.
I don't know how much health the trucks have. I probably can't not deal the full amount of damage to hurt them.
Well, like I said, the motorcycles are probably not going to be covered, so if you can just pick up the drivers, hey, maybe we can get a couple free motorcycles.
That's just a pretty basic call shot to be like, I'm a shoot driver. They're not armored or protected in any way.
Yeah. Let's see here. But yeah, let's see. I have a very high height ceiling. If I get like some sort of scope or something, I might be able just to hang out in the fucking atmosphere and play spotter. I mean, we have radios.
Yeah.
You
have field glasses, so you can just sit up there in the open sky and cook.
Like I said, I can do some stuff. I can just hide in the fucking sun. It'll be hot, but whatever.
Well, that's the advantage. You will be about dawn time, so the sun's not going to be super high.
Oh god, that's right. Heck.
On the other hand, that means that anybody sitting to the east will be in the sun. That also means your guys will have to deal with that problem, but that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, let's see. My max height ceiling is hecking. What is it?
It's a click
5,000 meters.
Oh yeah, it's several clicks. That's right. Yeah, you're high.
So field glasses. I can spot, maintain radio contact.
Yeah.
Oh god, that means it'll take me forever to get back down to the ground, though. Unless I free fall. That kind of scares me.
You could pack a parachute just in case. But yeah, free fall's to about 200 meters around.
Yeah, that's still too long. No, I guess. I mean, wait a minute. These are freaking World War I trucks. They are not quiet.
No, they're also not armored. They're actually let me see if I can pull up a picture of some trucks from that era. What sort of thing you're looking at?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we'll hear them whenever they come through.
Oh yeah, you're in a freaking open desert. There should be no. You're in the middle of nowhere, so there should be no ambient noise.
Yeah. So when we start hearing the roaring of trucks, we'll know it's almost time. We could always have a guy like on the top of the dune,
Yeah.
Taking peeks out.
So
we have a periscope.
This is about what you're looking at. I don't think anybody owns a periscope yet. This is what the periscope is for, though. Yes. But yeah, here's for the audience. I've provided a picture of the. This is actually an American-style truck, but this is about what they'd be doing. So it's like there's a big front engine block. They got some nice. The tires aren't super thick, but they got a nice 4-wheel drive. The back is covered over with a canvas tarp, so you can't see inside. And there's a cab for a couple of guys up front.
Periscope.
And yes, that cab is not enclosed.
Honestly. Now I'm kind of tempted just to bring fucking everybody and just have my scout rifles on either side and just snipe out the fucking guys.
You could certainly try that. You could fire on the trucks. They'll be in motion, and basically you've got a 50-50 on whether these guys are gonna pull a park and like dive for cover, or they're just gonna floor it Now, trucks, are not very fast. They have 90 kph on open cover. That's like baby tier mages can outfly these things. But
yeah, I think we're gonna do a full platoon mobilization here. We're gonna have the recovery team
take the whole squadron.
Yeah, just because, as I said, I want to take as much as possible. I know we can't airlift the whole truck, but meh.
No, but if the supply trucks, there's gonna be a lot of free bandages, water, ration tins, etc.
Yeah, as I said, I don't think my guys will mind too much if we're making sure that we don't starve or run out of supplies later. And as I said, I'll let them raid the hacking weapon truck. I'll just remind them that this shit's not actually compatible with our stuff, so don't try to shove it in your gun. But yeah, I'll basically put half our scouts at one side, half on the other side. Shoot, I guess I can have my my XO take a shot too. I can't shoot, but she's a little bit better at it. Or is she?
I mean, you got an automatic gun. You can,
I'm kind of afraid though that I'm gonna spray, and it's actually no. I guess by the rules that wouldn't happen if I just aim at the target. If I fail, then I might peg the fuel tank. Wait, no, that doesn't cause.
No, usually if you're making a called shot on the drivers, you'll just miss the target entirely if you fail. There's no ancillary damage. You don't get to succeed by failing, basically.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah, I guess I can make a solid shot. I'll make an effort.
I mean, heck, just load up. Actually, buy your AP rounds and fuck firing at the drivers. Just shoot out the engine block.
Oh, true.
Remember the actual number one goal of the mission is to destroy or disable the trucks. So if you blow up a truck tire or an engine block, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, actually, in that case, with my AP rounds, I could probably do a fuck ton of damage. Yeah, I'll leave the scout rifles to do their standard patrols then. The scout.
Yeah.
I don't want to. So yeah, just the air rifles and that.
Yeah. So the air rifles are armed with repeating rifles or trench weapons. They're raiders, so they've got the kind of setup for this.
Yeah,
they'll have a couple of guys with SMGs. They probably got a couple of guys with LMGs.
10 years.
Okay. So yeah, so we'll set up on both sides.
There's
Ulrich,
a shitload of natural. There's a shitload of natural camouflage. If anybody wants to roll out a blanket and cover themselves with sand, how ninja do you want to be?
I want to be fairly ninja. Well, specifically for the forward squad, which is our group. We want to be pretty fucking ninja. The scouts, the recovery team, and the air rifles can literally hang back over the crest and just not be seen in general. But
they'll be in defilade on the backside of the hill and just the backside of the dunes with all their shit laid out, and just when you give them the secret signal, they'll just pop up and say hello. But with bullets.
So, but yeah, we should we should probably hang out at the top of the dune or something, or wherever. Because first objective, take out the motorcyclists.
Right.
That's our first objective. Ulrich, I'm gonna leave you and the medic to take out the rear, and I'll take out the forward. Okay? Me and the XO will take out the forward.
Yes.
After that, we're gonna basically start working our way in. Trying to disable the trucks or take out the drivers, whichever one you see fit. I again want to stress: do not hit the supplies. We want to recover as much as possible.
Okay.
If you come across,
probably the best idea is to probably disable the front trucks. It becomes sort of a hassle to drive around.
Oh, that is a very good point. All right. As I said, I'll probably be able to handle that. I am very much equipped to take out armor targets one way or another. So I will handle.
Honestly, motorcycles and trucks are very soft targets by these standards. While there is the thing to account for the fact that you're a human and not a vehicle, the cargo truck is way less armored than Wolfgang is. Because it's a fucking 19 teens truck, turn of the century.
Okay.
It's got wood sides and a steel frame.
All right.
Okay. First phase is Okay.
Though I will say, technically, engaging from the front is the technical worst place to engage from, because that'll be the most armored. Not by much. A motorcycle is much like shooting at those planes. That sucks no matter which side you're on.
Well, by rail is a challenge, and also, I do need to take out that truck, but whatever. I'll make do. I'll figure something out. I'll shoot a lot of bullets.
Mm-hmm. Basically, to compare, since I'm actually looking at the vehicle stats. Like a regular cargo truck is they count as full cover, but they only have 30 vehicle toughness, so they got a little bit of damage reduction, and they have 35 hull integrity, which is pretty beefy. They're pretty big. But they have 6 armor in the front, 4 in the back, 4 on the sides, 1 on the top and bottom, because they're pretty squishy. For comparison, a light tank, which doesn't exist yet, but if it did, that's still only got vehicle or hull integrity 40 and vehicle toughness 40, but you're looking at 16 armor in the front and back, 12 on the sides, 12 on the top, and 10 on the bottom.
How much did the cargo truck have in front again?
6.
6.
It's these are technically, like, they're made for military, they're pretty sturdy, they have a nice 4-wheel drive, they got a lot of cargo capacity, but these are not, like, combat trucks. There is actually a stat line for a armored truck, but that's like a gun delivery truck, like it's got a rocket gun or, flat guns or something in the back.
Crazy. Let's see here.
Like I said, I thought about maybe giving these guys some scout cars or armored cars instead of the motorcycles. It was like, no, this is supposed to be a surprise. You have recovered secret intelligence on their supply runs. You're only probably going to get one shot at a job like this.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, if you wipe out the whole supply convoy and steal the shit on the trucks or blow it up, there's going to be some concerned guys who are going to come through in the next day or so and find a bunch of like blown up trucks in the road and be like, I wonder what happened. I wonder.
Even
if you make the trucks completely disappear, then it's going to be like a couple days and be like, okay, they didn't get lost. Somebody took these trucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's a matter of time before they realize, oh, gee, something bad must have happened. It wasn't the fucking graboids that ate the trucks, okay? That's an Occam's razor situation, which is, gee, I wonder, did the trucks just somehow get completely lost in our own territory and disappear into the desert, or did somebody fucking steal them?
Yeah. Alright. But the more time we can buy, the better.
Yes.
And if they can't point the right fingers decisively to us, I think that's fine. They're pretty much going to assume, I'm pretty sure this damn Stahl did it. But whatever. They can't prove nothing. Yeah. Rules of engagement, if, we come across the mage unit fairly quickly, and I'm pretty sure once, the bullet starts flying, they're going to poke their heads out and see what they're going to do. We're going to move to engage them. At that point, I'll call upon the air rifles to start shooting at the trucks and disable whichever one we weren't able to get to. But, our primary objective will be to meet up and, connect and deal with the mage unit. As always, as is in all things, we will be shooting to kill, but if it gives a chance that we can get them to surrender or they offer to surrender, we will take it.
Otherwise, if an enemy soldier gives you shit, you shoot him.
Yep. I said, we're at war, ladies and gentlemen, but we always remember we are all humans. We all have family back home.
There's a somber moment among your officers and senior NCOs.
Mm-hmm. All right. I said, scout rifles, maintain your usual patrols. Your eyes in the skies, as it were. Recovery, I said, gear up. Make sure everyone is as free as possible. We will not be engaging in direct comment. We want to basically free up as much space as possible to carry things. And my air rifles, I said, standard. Okay. Standard loadouts, but as I said, don't, if you can, free up where you can. I want everyone flying home overburdened. For my part, we'll be taking up what we can as well. And good. We will convene again. We'll convene again tomorrow for updates and consensus in case any other news shows up. Oh, also, if someone starts suddenly, if someone new shows up and starts suddenly asking questions about our unit and how we operate, please make sure that you refer them to go speak with the XO or myself regarding such questions.
All right.
Make sure you pass that.
There's a little bit of muttering. That's that's a pretty unusual one.
Mm-hmm. It's like, it'll come clear in a couple days. Make sure you pass that among the men, too. That's it. That's all. Dismissed.
All right. Everybody salutes and goes about their business prepping.
Mm-hmm. I drink another cup of coffee. I'm still tired.
All right.
All right, but no time for rest.
Yeah. Basically, you guys figure out if any gear and shit you want to acquire beforehand, figure out your shopping and all that stuff.
Let's get more camo netting. For...
Okay.
So this time we have to get... Wait, didn't we send someone to recover the old stuff? I can't remember. I don't know.
I mean, I think, yeah, you had a unit to take it with you, I think. You just...
Oh, yeah, I think we did recover it, but it wouldn't do us any good anyway because it's the jungle pattern. We need desert pattern now. Or not jungle pattern, forest pattern. But so, I think we're gonna use some, I think specifically, I'm against my own personal shopping list because I plan on picking up AP ammo anyway. I'm gonna buy some mods for my automatic rifle.
All right.
I said I don't have enough time to start.
I'm gonna take a quick bio break. You guys figure that all out if you're gonna do any spending or buying and stuff. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah, I'll leave the recording running. I'll just truncate sounds out if you guys are quiet. Otherwise, you can just chat about whatever. And I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, I'm just seeing if there's any ammo I would want to buy.
You might want some AP ammo. It's pretty cheap. It adds anti-material to just whatever.
Right, so it does do that. Okay, I know that spell Earthquake doesn't do anything about vehicles.
Does it?
It just says objects and structures about being maybe destroyed.
I don't know how much a vehicle would actually be damaged by an earthquake. It would have to be like some...
I can see the whole thing about during that time it could cause, like, certain problems, like being knocked off the vehicle and whatnot.
Yeah. I don't know. But technically a vehicle is an object.
Yeah.
Alright. Ulrich...
so it's too
actually...
MC for that. Yeah.
I think I'll pull command on getting us some camo netting, desert colored, and 2 periscopes, one for me and one for you. Okay. That way we don't actually have to spend MC on that.
Okay.
I said we're literally just gonna effing borrow them for a day, so that'll be 2 periscopes, 4 rolls of desert flavored camo netting, and I think that'd be it for our mission equipment.
Okay, I'm going to purchase some armor-piercing rounds.
They are 2 MC a reload.
First should get like 1 each for each revolver.
Yeah, you also might want to consider extra, because you only get like fire 3 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might want a couple extra.
Yeah. So that I'll probably have a reround spell per get 2 each. Get 2 each for each revolver.
Yeah, I'm buying 2 just in general because I'm gonna get the mods for my automatic rifle. It's gonna be the extended magazine, so that's gonna be 30 rounds. I'll have total.
I have to think about selling the heavy pistol that I have.
Does that heavy pistol come with your kink? Did that heavy pistol?
No, that was the one that I bought.
Oh yeah, then you can totally sell it back because
I don't know. What is this? Probably like half the price for it or something?
Probably. I mean, you can go to the quartermaster and be all like, hey, yo, how much can I get for this?
Right. If you're trying to sell something, how much is it, like 50% of the original price?
Probably. I'm just checking. I'm just trying to find my notes. Because that'll be under commerce.
Commerce, yo!
Okay, commerce. Okay, that might not actually have an explicit note then and there.
So I'm selling both the heavy pistol along with the heavy barrel that I had on it.
Yes, selling a used item back is normally about half the normal MC cost. But if you roll commerce, you can massage that a little bit more profit. You can upsell
however
basically.
Much, 10%, or like however many percent.
Yeah, it's 10% per DOS.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'll just sell it. So that's going to be 15 divided by 2 is 7.5, so 8.
Yep. I had a question. I totally forgot. Oh, now I remember it. Okay, so the way that the ammo spells work, generally you cast it on the ammo inside the gun. Can you cast it on a reload, though? And just have it kind of reflect when you swap it in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That sounds about right. Because that's actually, when I mentioned earlier, I rewrote the reload rule. That's actually an explicit thing now, is if you want to switch which mag you have, say if you've got a different ammo type, that's also the same action, basically, the same half action.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to do.
If you take a reload of ammo, you can cast a spell on that and plug it in.
Okay. Because that's what I'm going to do.
And switch to.
Because I'm going to buy 2 loads of AP ammo from our automatic rifle, but I was like, I wanted to cast explosive rounds before we get into combat and whatnot.
Sure.
But, like, if I have explosive rounds on this and I just start firing, things are going to start exploding. I'm just like, So I was wondering.
Yeah, do you want to damage to the supplies that we might want to get?
No. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my AP ammo, I'm going to have the standard loaded in, and then I'm going to have the X1 with explosive rounds cast on it slotted into the spare magazine slot.
Okay, let's see.
I'm going to put some red tape or something around it, just so I know.
That's good.
Okay, so that gains at least 4 loads of AP rounds, 2 each for each of my revolvers.
Yeah, you only got 3 shots, yo. Alright.
Yeah.
So, I did want to make a roll, command. I'm gonna go up to the quartermaster and be like, hey, yo, give me 4 rolls of desert camo and 2 periscopes.
Oh, okay. So that's a procurement.
Yep.
Are those all the same rarity?
Actually, let me double check that, excuse me.
If not, we'll use whatever the highest rarity in them.
I just was on periscope. Where did I go?
I know, that happens to me all the time.
Damn it, no! I hate... Actually, no, I'm gonna switch myself to viewing on this. I can go back to suggesting, but viewing, because I don't know what button you push that makes you start suggesting things, but I hate it when it happens.
I think it's any button, unfortunately. It's like, oh, you're typing? You must want to suggest something in this document.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So, I just, Marth, you might want to do it too. Just switch over, your suggesting to viewing. You still have the suggesting permission, it's just, you won't start tapping random shit, and Omega won't get angry emails.
Yeah, I don't even have the document open right now. Oh, yeah.
Camouflage netting is uncommon,
good
so
question.
uncommon is +0.
What's the modifier for trying to attack a moving object?
Is it like -20?
I think it's on the ground.
Yeah, normally I think you don't really engage movement. Let me go ahead and let's see. Where's my combats? The document. That's the Marshal's Guide. That's where the secret stats are held.
Secret stats. I know I think it's in the modifiers, ain't it?
Height advantage, moving. There's no explicit moving. I think. I'll add it. Actually, I'll just change it.
Sample test modifier.
So that's under sample combat modifiers that the flying is now firing at a moving target, which is flying, dashing, falling, etc. -20.
Okay.
So yes, technically, if you're outside of structured time and you're trying to cap a truck that's in motion, that'll be -20.
I mean, we could take double action to aim. That shouldn't make
yeah, that's the thing. That's only an issue outside of structured time. So
yeah.
Because in structured time, there's an actual whole thing, to get to get a benefit, they have to drive defensively, etc., etc. And they can't move full out because structured time is tactical time, so they usually only scooch a little bit. And trucks are not super fast, so.
Alright, so periscope is common.
Yeah, I looked this up. Camo netting is uncommon. Excuse me. So that'll be +0.
Okay. So, gonna wander up to the quartermaster. He's gonna give me the look. I'm gonna give him the look. I'm gonna be like, yo.
Procurement is a raw... Is it I think it's leadership or int. Whatever is better for you.
Raw... Actually, it is higher for me. I know they're both over 40. It's just... int! 43. Do I want some luck? Do I want to spend some luck?
Yes, quartermaster. This report here says why I need this shit.
No.
Look into my memo. So, entering or dismounting the vehicle's half action, maneuver, change your facing, adjust position number of meters, drive is a full action.
Alright, so I got a 25 on, so that's 1 degree of success? Yes.
Alright, that's everything then. Alright, you said what? Your rolls of canny netting and 2 periscopes? Yeah.
Yep. Alright,
Oh,
cool.
it's just in the back here. Pop it open.
Awesome.
Oh, look, it's desert.
Alright, so that should be that.
Wasn't there one time you guys accidentally rolled snow camo on something?
No, we have a fucking anti-material, a rocket lance, and like a couple reloads laying around somewhere.
Yeah, we do.
That's true.
Should we have that?
No, that's gonna make shit blow up.
Yeah, that's a blast weapon. That's the lances from Valkyria Chronicles.
Yeah. I think we have like 2 reloads. I can't remember what we were trying to get, but...
You accidentally got something wrong.
Yeah, and then we're just like, well, fuck it. They sent it to us. We're keeping it. I don't know if we're ever going to use it, but hey, better to have it and not need.
Yeah, according to the military-industrial complex, you received whatever it is the fuck you ordered.
Mm-hmm. All right, but unfortunately, yeah, let's see. I don't think I really have anything else to do. I think that's everything. But we still have... Oh, wait, no, I still need to buy shit.
I bought my shit,
so...
I feel my voice already have, like, Pierce 8.
So,
Okay, so here's another reminder, since once again we're engaging vehicles. The normal rule is, if you are a lone infantryman, you have your pen and damage.
Yeah, right. So that's why I need more pen.
And if you are using an anti-material weapon, you do normal damage. If you are using a a blast weapon, that damage is doubled, so it becomes normal, but is not X2 overall.
Yep.
And if you're using a sunder weapon, it does full pen, but not damage.
Yeah.
Which is, even so, that's still pretty terrifying. I'm pretty sure if Wolfgang tried, he could cut a motorcycle in half.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That means I have to get close to a motorcycle.
Hey, you never know. Like you never know how people react. One of these guys might this is a very real concern you guys need to have. You probably don't want to stand in the road. One of these guys might decide to run you over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, there's a guy in the road.
As I said, the plan is like once we engage, we might move to go in front of them just so we can like fire straight on. But we'll see. So, my purchases that I'm going to be making immediately today is I'm going to be buying 2 reloads of AP ammo for an automatic rifle.
Alright.
An oroscope, and the heavy barrel extended mag, spare magazine, and muzzle brake for my automatic rifle.
Alright. That's eerily similar to the gun that a certain somebody tried to whack Ulrich with.
Tried to, yep. So like, oh.
Didn't her gun also have a... No, wait, no, that was the... I don't know. I can't remember. But, so... Oh, shit, I didn't actually put the muzzle brake on.
Alright, so at least, oh, yeah, I have that trench gun.
5 and C. That's... I said I still have my Masterwork Armor, Cloak, and Tower Shield and Powered Armor list, but that's gotta wait.
Still checking something.
Actually, how long would it take to actually install Powered Armor into my armor?
Does it have a time?
No, I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I said, this does not seem like it's something where they're gonna start pulling out the big-ass fucking guns. That's what I'm gonna assume. My usual armor should be okay for this. And if not, I'm gonna be real mad.
Okay.
Oh, this is all that... Oh, wait, no, I almost... Wait, no, shit.
What is that?
54 MC Goon.
Okay.
What's up?
So, nothing. I was just checking my ranges for my guns and like all my stuff so I can figure out. I'll probably start out with the revolvers and go to the trench gun once I get closer.
Okay.
So I can just be like, oh, you're on a motorcycle? Point blank, shoot from the side.
Cones are great, yo. Let's see. So I'm down to 198 MC. Let me...
This way I can just kill something with this gun that I can hang up as a trophy.
Are you gonna, like, get that trophy rack where you just put, like, the 2, like, revolvers together? Oh, wait, are you talking about your trench gun?
Trench gun. I have, or have the British scout rifle as a trophy rack.
Or, I mean, like, well, you probably don't got an office yet, but when you get your own office, you gotta keep that underneath your desk.
I just have it in the old, probably some sort of chest thing. That's probably in some sort of area, just underneath the bed.
Yeah, you probably bunk with other, like, NCOs, so yeah, you probably got some personal belonging space.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep shit under your mattress and or pillow.
Yeah. But having that whole thing is very fun.
Alright, so I buy my mods. I spend a couple hours fine-tuning my... We really, actually, you know... I think part of our infrastructure upgrade is we're going to put in a damn shooting range. It's like, I don't know. I don't know how much the general is going to let me fuck around with base mechanics, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure we can clear out some space, like put up some earth walls, get some targets out. Because, shoot, we actually probably should like get a shooting range. We have we have the arena. That's because I like swords.
Right, I have reflex sights on these revolvers. +5 WFR.
Does reflex sights work on a revolver? Well, I guess no. I guess they can. Technically, you can put sights. Wait, actually, I don't know.
No, you can. It's an optical sight. It's like
it's
like a modern.
But I can't put a night vision sight because of that.
You can't cross them over. But yeah, you can put reflex on them.
Oh, okay. All right,
I remember reflex sights from the GoldenEye, the remake of the GoldenEye 007 game on the Wii.
Oh,
it's basically like a modern day red dot sight. They're tiny.
Oh, that's what a reflex sight is. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking of something different then. Whoops. Oh, I was thinking about a red dot sight. That's why. Heck.
Sure.
All right, so
+10 for my first shots from these things. Also have speed loaders on them.
Yeah, those are good to have, yo.
So my first attacks will be 65 minus 20. So 45.
I mean, like
first ones after aiming, I guess.
Like I said, we're gonna. Well, we'll see. We're gonna see how this goes.
And then cold shots.
Okay, so right now I am currently filling in information on my automatic rifle and how that is not the button I wanted to push. Thanks for nothing. So if I'm a little quiet, it's because I am just furiously. Damn it! Because I copied the wrong information, I have to go back. I am just filling out stuff. Okay, so cut that. Comment on this. And add the modifications I have done. So let's see here. Horoscope. Oh, horoscope adds the far tag. What?
Wait, it's a fucking telescope, dude.
That's right. Hang on, I just remember. I gotta check what far does, because doesn't that actually?
So far means if you're in your central range, you get +10 instead of +0. And you have penalties for long, or you reduce penalties for long range stream range. I don't remember exactly what it's phrased as now, but instead of getting short range and point blank range pluses, you get minuses instead.
Yeah, no, okay. So I'm gonna say this because this was something I remember I brought up. I'm gonna keep my horoscope separate.
Yep, you can do that. It's a mechanics check to get it done. I might
pick up mechanics then later.
Damn it, call it. Right.
If I'm gonna start making doing fun stuff with
just in this section, let me look at my rules. Yeah, in structure time as a half action with a successful mechanics chest.
Actually, how much does my horoscope weigh? Let me see. Horoscope.
1 kg.
I'm putting it in a pelt pouch. Do I need to whip out my horoscope real quick? Booyah. So, pouch number 4. Wait, no, I'm gonna make it pouch number 3 has my horoscope. Because belt pouch 1 has my gas mask, belt pouch 2 has my field glasses, and belt pouch 3 is gonna have my horoscope, belt pouch 4 has 10 flares. What the fuck, game? Oh. Sorry, things are just being weird. Okay, so flares, 10, that over. Horoscope. Or horoscope. And just in case I need to... Because I can use it also like a field glasses, it's just more esoteric.
It says functions as a perfectly normal, if a little bit big and weird looking, telescope otherwise.
Yeah. So, but I'll put the rest of the things on. Honestly, I probably won't be trying to shoot things very far away with Actually, isn't the range on my automatic? Yeah, it says actually 1,000 meters. It is pretty hectic far. Heck! Alright, so let's see. Oh, wait, I'm not. Oh, because I was looking at horoscope, I'm already down here. Booyah. So let's see here. Extended magazine, that's plus 1.5, and brings it up to 30. So now it is 8.75. Oh, you heavy.
Still lighter than that LMG.
Well, we'll find out. We're gonna keep going up. Let's see here. Reinforced heavy barrel. Let's see here. That's plus 1 damage and piercing, and increases max range by 10. So 110 to now. To 11. AP 5 and damage plus 6 total now. And plus 1. So now it is 9.75 kg.
Nice.
Yeah, this thing's getting big. Alright. Muzzle brake. This just on a success. All it does is on a successful ranged attack, it just increases the DOS by
plus
1. Yep, but it is plus 0.2 kg, so I am at 9.95 right here. What was the last one? Oh, where'd it go? Where'd my S's go? Oh, that's because they're after our dumbass. Spare magazine just lets me carry the extra ammo. Plus, I lost it, 0.5. Let's see here, so that's 10.45 kilograms. I'm just gonna round it up to 5. I don't care. Don't give me weird numbers. Okay, 10.5 kg. This thing's heavy. Let me see here. 10.5 kg to pounds is...
Oh, it's still lighter than the light machine gun.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I have to carry this thing.
That's 13 kilos is the LMG.
Alright, so...
God forbid you want to carry a medium or general purpose machine gun. That's 27 kilos.
Woo!
But that's a heavy weapon. That's
so I think
you gotta those are Maxim guns, they come on a tripod. You have to set those up and break them down if you want to move them.
Yeah.
Alright, and using piercing ammo gives me... Oh, shoot, now I gotta look that up real quick before I forget.
Minus 1 damage, plus 2 pierce, reduce max range by 10%.
And adds the anti-material tag.
Oh, okay.
And anti-material.
Okay, so... I'm actually gonna put this in parentheses, because there might be a time when I'm not using AP. Who am I kidding? I'm always gonna be using AP now.
Because you want to add the explosive rounds to the AP.
Well, like as I said, I'm trying to build this rifle specifically as that's something really like I don't like this wall or this building or this vehicle or this battle fucking cruiser that just showed up in my fucking port.
So now
basically you're building a weapon that would be used as an aircraft machine gun. Basically, you're building a small cannon which can be used to blow up light vehicles and cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much just
because they haven't invented the armored vehicle yet, really.
Yeah.
If a heavy tank,
right.
Let's see. Let me actually look up my vehicle list. What's the scariest thing in the standard vehicles gonna roll out here? Like if a super heavy tank shows up that's got 20 plus armor. That's you're gonna take some damage to scratch that, but you're also probably not gonna be fighting one of those on foot because that's a 12-man crew, super heavy thing. It's a giant box.
Giant freaking box.
As I said, I ain't gonna I don't believe that I can take on a battle cruiser by myself with this gun, but I can scratch it now. That's what I find important.
You can scratch it and take out all of the gunners, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I want to do, is I want to be able to hit, components on arm, either take out light vehicles, or at least able to damage heavier ones.
Right. Okay.
So, alright, so, I don't know, let's see here. Shopping, so we did we did our meeting, we did 2 meetings. That probably took a little bit.
That was probably your morning.
Got some acquisition stuff.
Got some acquisition stuff. That probably didn't take too long. I did some modifications of my rifle. It's probably what?
Probably noon meal. Yeah.
Noon meal. Okay, cool. All right, so have noon meal. Because I wanted to do this, just because I think it'd be cool, I'm gonna spend my afternoon using my Jim Cutter's artisan tools to gem cut the pouch of gems I got from when I raided the, since we made it fucking rain diamonds and other sort of gems, into some runestones.
Alright, roll craft.
Alrighty.
Do artisan tools say they give you a bonus? Or do they
don't remember. I think they just let you do the thing without penalty. Let me double check that real quick, though.
Artisan tools.
I'm there. Artisan's tools.
Plus
10
to
any test.
any test or practice.
So yes, make me a craft
you
plus
10. Borrow the medic. Yeah, but
no. Now these are going to be a personal item, and I must put all of my personal energy into it. It's a mage thing. I would like to also take my time, though.
Sure.
Okay.
So.
Well, actually, here's a very good important question. It's past noon. Are you still drinking coffee?
Yes.
Okay, you're not fatigued. You're just getting some looks.
It's all like.
I was like, this is literally like honestly, one of the first things I bought for my character. I think I bought this like in character creation was a bag of coffee and a kettle and a mug. Mm-hmm. So even I have my own personal mug. It's huge.
So are you skipping work and hiding in your quarters, or is this like I'm in my office? Nobody disturb.
I'm in my. All right, I'm in my office.
You press the button on your intercom and you tell your XO, "Hold my appointments. I'm not seeing anybody for a couple hours." Click.
Yeah. It's like I just like real talk. I just like wrote like a big old report. Like I trust my men to
basically all night. You were up from like sundown until like midnight. On a mission out in the middle of fucking nowhere, where you guys had to eat survival rations instead of dinner.
It's like, I'm not going to do something as callous as, take a midday nap when like everyone else is running about. But goddamn, I just want to do something that I want to do right now. And that's when I want to make some damn runestones. So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to hide in my office. I got my gem cutters cool. So that's like a plus 20. That is a 19. Go me. Wait, what is craft based off of?
Int.
Awesome. So that is 19. This is why I have a calculator. 4 degrees of success.
All right. You're taking your time, so it takes you a little bit longer, but you get done in a pretty reasonable time, and you end up with a full set of, I assume, actually cut runestones. Like you cut and polish the gems, and you print the runic alphabet on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, runestones are a pretty basic mage tool. They're stored in small pouches, usually. You can use them to kind of like pop them open and read the general intensity of affinity of ether in an area. You can use them basically as a portable array for some small forms of magic. But also, you can just use them as a spiritual comfort. Anybody who casts the runes for at least an hour regains a spent point of luck.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a little
where's
little
my
bonus.
mages? So, my pouch of gems has now gone into a pouch of gem the runestone. Or runestone gems. Oh yeah. Now when I have an hour, I can just wait to be like, I'm gonna cast me some fucking runes. But after that, I'm pretty sure we get close to the evening meal. So, pack up my tools, go eat meal. Check on Ulrich. Are you doing crazy shit to your guns again?
Ulrich is just looking down at his gun and is like, I need more stuff.
Slowly back away from the gun nut. I'm gonna tell everyone I'm gonna turn in a little early.
Right.
Get your
rest. After evening meal, basically, I'm gonna basically hand the reins over to the XO. And
right, please, so she'll make sure if there's any like evening assignments or effects, go out, handle any reports.
I'll ask her to please lay low on the physical the tough love. She says nothing. I have no comfort. And I'm gonna crash early. So probably like 7 p.m. Just knock the fuck out.
Alright, I think that's plenty of time for rest for you to clear your fatigue for the next day.
Let's see here. Yeah, 5. Yeah, you said it was 16 hours, and I only got like, what, 5?
Yeah, 6, I think. Yeah, so you have about 10 hours of rest you need to catch up on.
Yeah, I got plenty of time then. Yeah, I'll wake up refreshed then. Awesome, I'm gonna remove that.
And it actually mattered because you had to think about stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how much sleep am I getting?
Mm-hmm. Alright, so...
Second day. So you got about roughly 24 hours before you need to do your op. So You know, you probably want to figure out how you're gonna lighten the duty schedule today, because obviously you don't want your 2 field teams to, you know, you can obviously, but you know, you probably don't want to tell them to go like balls out and then try to do a raid on like 5 hours of sleep or something.
Yeah, no. So basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna call the morning. Ulrich, you're gonna get a periscope and a set of desert camouflage. And as I said, I'm giving a set of them the desert camouflage netting to also the medic and the XO, and I have my own along with a periscope. I'll tell everyone that we are going that the affected platoons are going to be on effective light duty with an emphasis on just basically, you know, things you can do around the base. Patrols will be handling by the scout rifles. Air rifles will probably be doing basically just around the base patrols.
Right. They take some like guard duty shifts, or everybody takes this as this is, you know, reports day. Everybody, all right. You know, there's probably some when they go back to after the officers meeting that, you know, they go back to the team, but like your air rifle commander, flying rifles Lieutenant Behringer is probably like, all right, everybody, inventory today. Everybody groans. Everybody make sure you have, you know, he basically goes down the list with his, you know, senior NCOs and like warrant officers, and he's like, okay, everybody make sure, you know, check your inventory, inspection, everybody's got a rifle that works, good, kind of stuff. So it's super dull and tedious and nobody's happy, but nobody's exerting any effort.
Yep. I'll make sure that everyone eats a good meal for evening meal and gets plenty of sleep. It seems no complications have happened, no mysterious things have happened. Alright,
so after giving orders, what do you do then? Do you just tuck into your office and be like, okay, I'm gonna write reports?
Well, I gotta start working on my second report on actual infrastructure upgrades I want to start working on.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure actually I have other reports I need to write too. Let's see, I have to write my quartermaster report, because why the fuck I needed camo netting and periscopes.
Pursuant to Operation Silver Rhino, I have procured X cami netting and X2 trench periscopes from the quartermaster.
These were misrequired permits in order to maintain fur covert actions, so that we may get the most effect immediately. Blah 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 blah. I'm good at writing reports. I have fucking bonuses and shit.
Yeah. So at about 1400, you're minding your own business. You're writing a report. Your intercom clicks on.
Oh.
It's your XO and says, "Sir, there's apparently someone at the front desk for you. Somebody's at the front gate, asking to be let in."
This is when I do just the
deep breath.
All right. I'll be out presently. XO, please join me.
Very well. Quick. And you're just gonna, I assume, jog down to the front gate yourself.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you arrive at the front gate. There's a couple of infantrymen. You know, it might even be MPs at this point, but there's a couple of guys on sentry duty who are just, you know, this is the front gate. Your front gate's probably, you guys didn't spring for like heavily fortified walls or anything, right?
Not yet.
Okay, so no, your front gate is basically like a simple pole lift, or like a you know, rolling gate, and it's just like let military vehicles in only kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, you're this far inland, you're on a pretty low alert state. You're not expecting enemy spies or assaultmen to just roll through your front gate, so it's probably open during the day. And there's, like I said, a couple of infantry guys with rifles just standing out there, trying to stand in some shade. And if normally civilians just don't bother, because they know that somebody will tell them to, you know, fuck off.
Yeah.
As you arrive at the front gate, you and your XO are greeted by a sight of 3 individuals with bags. One of them, well, I'll give you the whole picture actually, because you can tell very different things from these people as you approach. You're on duty, so you're in uniform. Do you go about your daily life on base covered in medals?
Nope.
Okay. So you're just rank and unit insignia then?
Mm-hmm.
So,
as I said, I only really wear my medals in formal functions.
Sure. It's a pain in the ass to pin them all on.
Mm-hmm.
You probably need a couple of like junior NCOs or enlisted guys or something to help you with that. Or you could trust your XO, but she pokes you a lot. You don't know why.
She does.
It's probably because she resents doing this. She's not your fucking mother. Anyway, there's 3 people up here. You wander in. So you've got some very interesting picturement going on. So first of all, the one doing most of the talking, you guess that she must be the reporter because she's dressed adventurously. She's got what you would see as typical for mages, riding breeches on, no skirts or anything. Decent, if new, boots. Got a little headscarf. Got some smoked spectacles. Some early sunglasses. And, she's clearly wearing a big old press badge.
My eye is twitching already.
Otherwise, she looks, pretty normal.
Mm.
Young, you'd say early 20s.
Cool.
Dark brown hair. Behind her glasses, you guess that she has green eyes. You can tell she's probably a mage because she's covered in some occult knickknacks. Mm-hmm. Got a couple bracelets dangling from there. Got some, dark earrings of some kind. With her is another. You have to do a double take on this. You have to check, but you're pretty sure, based on being a little bit of a softer face and the hip waist, hip shoulder, it's a woman. You're pretty sure she's a mage because you think that there are most countries where they'll do something unfortunate to you if you're a regular woman who dresses like that, because she is just like full blown dressed in like a working man's suit, like comfy, hardy materials like maybe a tweed or something. Probably a little hot in this weather, but rugged. And nice professional dress. Got some leather gloves on. Got some professional shiny shoes. If you had to guess, you'd say she's probably ex-military because she's, as you come up with your rank marking, she doesn't salute, but she stands at attention. She's got her hair in a military bun kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one is, he's black, so you're pretty sure he's local. He's dressed like a middle class or upper working class local, decent collared shirt, short sleeves. He's got some decent shoes on, but they're pretty, some working boots, but they're a little beat up. His clothing's not new, but it's sturdy and temperature appropriate. And you approach, and so the woman with the, a press badge as you walk up, the infantry guys salute you because that's what they do. Like, Captain.
Sorry, Maggie, you're quiet there. What?
Oh, sorry, I cut out. I was just saying that the infantry guys salute you, obviously, because they're grunts.
Omega, I see your lighting up, but no sound.
That's weird. Hold on.
I hear.
Okay.
Omega.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess it was just
okay.
right there.
I hear you now.
Okay. I was just saying that the enlisted guys on the gate salute you because that's what they do.
Mm-hmm. I return the salute. Tell them to stand at ease.
All right. They relax, and before they can do anything. The woman wearing the press badge, shoots right up to you, sticks out a hand, and she's like, Hauptmann Schmidt, pleasure to meet you. Klein Wedekins. I'll type that for you. There's some K's in there.
Oh, good. Oh, great.
Hopefully they've, hopefully somebody told you I'm coming. All smiles, pleasant, lovely handshake comes in. I'm here to write press reports back home. Heard lots of wonderful things about your unit.
Of your coming. I will take her hand, shake it firmly, and just be Hauptmann Wolfgang Schmidt. I forgot our number. 301st.
Yeah.
I need to write it down. What is our unit name?
You guys overall are the 1st Provisional Flying Corps.
1st Provisional Flying Corps. That's what it is. Hang on, I gotta write that down real quick. Titles. I'm putting that in my titles.
Yeah, because that's you. You are the captain of the 1st Provisional and Fliegenkorps's Flying Corps Squadron. The Skywolves. Awoo.
Awoo.
You do not awoo. that's private only.
1st Provisional Air Corps.
Yeah, and your official title is, as the captain, is the Squadron Commander.
Squadron Commander Wolfgang Schmidt of the 1st Personal Air Corps. Welcome to our humble colony.
Thank you. I was a little surprised, but I thought they might send us on a boat, but apparently they decided to ship us in a passenger plane. I understand you have some familiarity with planes. Asking you jocular questions. She doesn't have like a notepad out or anything, so she's not taking notes, but just, breaking some ice.
Yes. I suppose I could tell you a bit about it. I haven't told that story in a while. But first, let's what you seen to here.
All right.
Can't have you just standing out here.
So she introduces the woman with her is Viola Roth. She introduces her as her companion. So, all right, you guys don't have to roll anything to know social norms at the time because you guys don't know them out of character. You don't know, but in character you would. But basically, you would know this is an upper crust thing in this particular in this era of society, that it's not uncommon for wealthier or higher class ladies to basically have a professional BFF. You would, especially if you were tutored by a governess, which is the term at the time.
Out of character, I do know this because actually the other day I was reading up about Helen Keller.
Yeah, so if you had a governess, like if you became an adult lady and no longer needed tutoring, you might still employ your governess to basically. You wouldn't say you employ her, but you would let her stay in your house and you'd give her an allowance, and she would basically act as your second in the household, help you manage the servants' social functions. If you have to go out anywhere, she would accompany you because, God forbid, a woman can't go outside alone. Mages don't have that as much of a problem, but you might still know this. However, judging by the fact that she is in a professional bearing, and actually, you can go ahead and give me a empathy check to study her body language and emotional standpoint.
26. Empathy is what? Perception. 0 degrees of success.
All right. Well, you're pretty sure she's wearing a shoulder rig. Like she's got the Miss Roth has the body language like a person carrying a concealed weapon. So you're pretty sure her job is not companion but chaperone, or possibly bodyguard,
or both.
Or both. Yes. And you are introduced to the local young gentleman who, for the sake of not being offensive, I'm not going to give an accent to, but he would probably be... In reality, he'd probably have a bit of a like Dutch African accent because of the local languages. I imagine in the movie or TV version of this, he's got a friendly but a little bit of a working class accent. Not like full-blown Cockney, but he sounds a bit like that. He introduces himself as... Where's my notes? That's on the far side. He is Adam de Jaeger. And he says that he is a local photographer. The local paper provided him, so they wanted a photographer. Miss Wedekind was not equipped with a photographer, so they sent him. So he's got like camera bags and stuff.
Okay.
And he obviously, you can tell sizing up. He's also a mage, but he's one of the locals. So.
Okay.
The local paper is not busy right now. Mostly they write reports about. They either try to avoid writing reports about the war, or they are sure to report on, glorious Stahl Imperial soldiers are doing good, protecting the colony.
Yay! Well, we are. Heck,
nobody is definitely sinking our supply boats. The fact that you did not receive relief supplies is a figment of your imagination, and stuff like that. Like probably some patriotic notes, like join the army today.
All right.
So you were introduced to everybody. There's some shaking of hands. You can tell from listening to her speak when she introduces herself. You would say Miss Roth speaks with a bit of an Ostmark accent, so she's not German but Austro-Hungarian. But those are your allies. So, and like I said, she's got a bearing like an ex-soldier.
Cool.
Caroline, the reporter, has a very educated accent. Maybe even a little bit of an Anglo on that. Like she spent some time, and if you ask about it, she might even say she spent some time studying abroad. And obviously, like I said, Mr. de Jaeger is a local, so he speaks with the local accent. Very, very well educated though, and if he even says that the reason why he, well, actually, I'll say it, like what kind of questions are you asking these guys? Like, is it just all right? Everybody walk right in. Let's get you settled.
Oh no, I definitely want to go with some some pleasantries. ask like where they from, where they go to school, and so like I'll remark upon Miss Ross' bearing, like very professional.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you get everybody's backstory in brief.
Yeah.
Caroline's obviously you can tell that already, but she's highborn. She hasn't inherited any titles yet, but she's probably fresh out of secondary education at the academy. Not like the one you went to, but yeah, she went to a prestigious academy in Stahl. She studied abroad in Britannia for a couple of semesters as an exchange student.
Mm-hmm.
And recently graduated, got all her certifications. Wanted to go into writing, but with the war on, she decided to help how she knew how, and blah blah blah. Got into this, family connections. She ended up assigned to your unit as a correspondent. Roth explains basically that she was a Ostmark, but so Austro-Hungarian soldier. That's where she received her mage training. Was military academy. She worked as a senior NCO. She was actually in the Boxer Rebellion, which the exact details of which I haven't worked out, but that would have still happened in this timeline. So she has not only been trained by the military, but she's seen some actual warfare, and basically explains that she she's a little bitter about this. She wouldn't be shy about it. Basically, she explains that she was part of a diplomatic regiment. Her brother, that she corrects, her half-brother was in the diplomatic corps. He apparently had a little bit of a local problem with the drinking and the gambling and the opium. And he goofed up some stuff, and basically she took the fall for him.
Oh.
So she was very quietly discharged and sent back home. Not like a dishonorable discharge, but she's not getting her pension either. So she needed some work. She'd met some associates in the Stahl military at the time. Friend of a friend kind of thing. The classic mage support network. Miss Caroline needed somebody. Needed a lady's companion. She's out here, on the edge of the world. And she signed up. She'll, if you ask her about it, she'll probably clarify. Yeah, she's got her old service pistol in a shoulder rig. This is the time period where they let you keep your shit. So she's got.
Yeah, no, that's why I wasn't like yeah.
Yeah, she's got a service weapon. She's got a boot knife. She's got her old bayonet.
As long as she
in her
as long
ruck,
as it's, like,
she
in a
brought her
shoulder rig
rifle.
and
Yeah, she's not.
as
not
long as she's not like
carrying
actively
anything.
trying to conceal her weapons, it's like no.
No, she'll admit if you ask that. Hey, I'm carrying, because that's my job.
I mean, I'm still in the middle of the base, and I have a fucking sword, so whatever.
Well, I mean, you're an officer, so you'd normally be issued a saber.
Yeah.
Which, once again, in this time period, you'd actually carry with you onto the field.
Mm-hmm.
Who they expect you to be hitting with a saber, I don't know, but it's part of your kit.
Yep.
And Adam basically explains that he's a photographer for the local paper. He started working there. He's in his early 20s. That's pretty easy to tell. He's actually probably very 20 or 21 even. He started working there basically as a delivery boy when he was 16. But because he was a mage and he was actually, he didn't go to academy. He was trained by apprenticeship, but his teacher taught him to read and write in a couple different languages, like local and also Stahl. So he worked his way up in the paper to actually being a photographer. He has a flat in town, so he's not expected to stay on base, but you'll need to hook him up with a pass.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever these two need, Miss Winterkid needs photos taken, he's your man.
Okay.
He's got the supplies.
I'll make a note to pass for Mark Texo to make sure that we get the passes issued. Well, I don't know if I should go full on into my backstory here if they don't ask, but yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna, probably I think you were saying earlier you want, let's go, coming in, let's get you settled, so sort of thing. Yeah. So there's probably some light questions as you go back and forth. You discover that as you ask about it, that you flag somebody down in the administrative staff, and they let you know where everybody's going to be bunked. You discover that Miss Whittakin has a spare officer's bunk, so she's got an actual private room.
Okay.
With an adjoining room for her companion.
Great.
That's like an NCO's bunk or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so nobody was using it at the time. You guys aren't. I think we even said that you guys aren't necessarily like over. You're not like highly strength, so you've got some spare rooms and stuff.
Yeah. So I will give them the short tour. Basically, all right. Here is your room. Please leave your stuff here.
Yeah. They, listen. It's the turn of the 20th century, and they're ladies who are also mages. They got a lot of shit.
Yeah. Like, did it all come with them? Like, immediately, or are they expecting more at the show?
No, this is their shit. It seems like not only was Mr. DeJager brought on to like introduce himself and get a base pass, but also so he could carry their shit because they got some spares. So there's Miss Roth actually travels pretty light. Like she's basically got like a rifle bag, like the equivalent, a modern equivalent of a bug out bag, like her ruck, her old ruck, which has my rifle. I got a couple spare ammos. I've got personal grooming kit and shit in here. She's got a couple different spare sets of clothing and some basic supplies. Miss Wedekind is the full high-class lady, she's got a box for all her hats. She's got at least one luggage trunk for shoes, a couple of garment bags. Now, she's not a complete asshole. She actually, like, if you see some stuff in, like, what she's wearing right now, she's got some practical stuff.
Okay.
But you're also pretty sure she took some of her finest dresses from the shops back in Berlin with her, in case she has to, be amongst high society. But yeah, so she got a lot of shit.
Okay. Once they get their stuff settled in, more small talk, explain a little bit things about how things work, or how the base operates, places that, I'll point out the buildings, like, yes, there's actually, let me pull out, where's our base facilities? Base facilities. I wrote this down. Here it is.
Yeah, you better, because I didn't write it down.
Yeah, I did, don't worry. Alright, so, alright, so I'm guessing, like, let's see here. So, I guess we'll start off. I'll point out the barracks, mess hall, and infirmary. And I'll explain, when our meals are, what general fare we can expect. I'll remark that we actually have been start working with local villages and whatnot to get excess food and, helping them with their own harvests. I said we actually might have plans to try to expand upon this soon. Just because, here in the Stahl Republic, we are just not about military might, we're also about might of the people. Infirmary, show up the surgery suite.
By the way, as you start explaining stuff, she may have started taking notes. That one definitely got wrote down.
So explain meals, whatnot, when usually people eat. She will, I'll then go direct us over to basically headquarters building, where we have the briefing room, officers club, and ready room.
She'll actually ask you, like, if she's, expected to be allowed in the officers club. She's not sure about these sort of things. So you basically can set a policy right here. Like, is she going to be allowed to come into the officers club?
Let's see. She is a lady of high standing, correct?
Yes. She is highborn.
Yes. Then I say, like, yes, I see no reason that you should not be allowed in it, but I cannot speak that for the others in whether they will engage with you, though. I said. But you can enjoy a couple friendly games, and everyone and known to play a mean game of elemental chess if you ever so desire an opponent. Moving on. We'll move over to the what do I want to call this? Basically the workshops where we keep our armory, workshop, the factory, and hangars. I'm sure. Shoot, I really should write down the name of my officers. Who's my officer for the recovery and support platoon?
Lieutenant Maria Bretz.
Maria Bretz,
aka the doctor, because she's actually a medical doctor.
AKA Big Mama.
Yeah.
She will take care of you, whether you want to or not.
Yeah, you're because you told everybody, all right, have a light prep day. Your recovery unit is mostly in the hangars. They are doing, standard maintenance and inventory on mobility units.
Mm-hmm. Omega, can you write down I know it's it's probably somewhere. Oh wait, no, it's probably way up there in our chat. Can you give me the names of my officers?
Yeah, the formatting is going to be a little goofy, but I think it'll proc already because I have a bulleted list.
All right, cool. Yeah, I just need that. That's perfect. Copy. Because I need to start remembering the hecking chain of command here.
Yeah, and this also includes my notes on their character types.
Paste without formatting. Boo, that's still with formatting, dumbass.
Rip.
Oh, I guess I can't do anything about it. I'll figure it out later. I just need the names. Okay. Yep. I'll call over Lieutenant Brett. And just do quick introductions and just ask the good lieutenant to explain what her platoon is all about.
All right. I'm not gonna get into all that in character, but because we know. But yeah. She gives a concise, because obviously, clearly, you guys are moving about your business.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Oh, base facilities, pull that open again. So we'll move on. Show them the post exchange where you get that letter sent off and you buy like daily necessities. I said, usually pretty good with keeping up to date. Usually, things maybe a little sparse right now, but we look to soon rectify that. Keep moving down to the training course and arena, where I would like to believe that my my flying rifles are, and where
yeah, sure, they're probably doing some afternoon drills.
Yep, I said I don't have them out on patrols, but I want them still active. So they're at the training course in the arena doing some drills, and I'll again call over Lieutenant Walter Behringer and be all like, "Yes, this is our war correspondent. You have introductions, have you explain, whatnot. I'll apologize, and once we get done with that, move on. I won't show off the stockade or gun turrets.
No.
Because,
No, there's no need to pull anybody in for an interrogation.
Yeah. No, but, I'll apologize, like the last person under, my command, Lieutenant, Wolfgang is out doing light patrols. So I will not have the opportunity to introduce you.
You'll explain that's the Jaeger Corps platoon. That's your scouts.
And I'll give them a brief rundown of what that is. But that's about it.
Yeah, you probably end up cruising back around towards the barracks or maybe the HQ building.
Mm-hmm.
And you happen to run into the Major. Good old Major. Minding her own business, going about her business. Happy to very good. Happy to meet you. Heard so much about you kind of stuff. Lots of furious scribbling. Major kind of looks everybody up and down. Goes back. As your tour is complete. And,
all right, so let's get to the command building. We'll talk about him. Make sure that Mr. Yeager there has a pass so he may come and go.
Yep.
Let's see here. So now I have to think. They probably want to. Like, the war correspondent actually probably wants to go on our damn operations.
Well, yeah. But first of all, before you do that, I think as you kind of send it, your exo kind of gets the secret signal and moves everybody on ahead to take care of that past business and making sure everybody knows everybody. The Major will speak with you once again privately.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if we've talked about this in detail, but I believe we've established that Wolfgang's pretty decently tall. You're probably like, 6 foot. Mm-hmm. You're a mage. You're well nourished. You're a tall. Mm-hmm. You're a tall boy. Mm-hmm. The Major is explicitly has the petite quirk, so she's short. She's even as a 17-year-old girl, she's about 5 flat. So you're about a foot taller than her.
I have to bend over.
Yes, you do, because normally she doesn't do this, but this time she, you're in a hallway. She reaches up and kind of pulls you down to eye level. She wants to have a word with you. She's like, Hauptmann, you may not realize this, but I have recognized the name. You should know this, that Miss Caroline Wedekind, she happens to be the Major General's niece. Which perfectly explains why she is here, and not serving on a front somewhere. So obviously, you understand that anything untoward that happens with her or to her will adversely affect your career in this military. But also, just the other day, I heard just today, I heard the Major General staff talking about frequent plans for him to dine with his niece. So you should also be careful about what you don't let her do. Just saying. You'll do all right, Captain. You're a brave man. Wonderful service to his country.
Major, I am not entirely sure I am fully equipped to deal with this kind of thing.
It's okay, just heck, she's young, she'll be crass. Just don't fuck up. You do okay. Pats you on the shoulder. I'd really hate for something to happen to, one of my hands, so. And yes, that's the explicit metaphor she uses. She talks about something bad happening to you being like, losing a hand, basically. So, do your best. I'll smooth anything over with command. Listen, hey. She kind of like, you're still in like a side. Anything you do, for duty and for honor and country is okay. Just remember that. Basically, like, she gives you the pep talk, like, listen, so long as you can tell them you did it for honor and country, that's okay. So yeah, that's your private conversation with the Major, and that's my major running plot complication now. Is you've been saddled with a War Correspondent, a war
out of character. In character, this is a massive pain. Out of character, I really actually dig this.
Yeah. Because I kind of, you guys don't necessarily interact with NPCs a lot, so I kind of wanted to, bring that in. Also, explicitly, hey, in case you can tell where I got this idea from, I watched Generation Kill again recently, so I was like, how can I masterfully portray the incredible potential clusterfuck that is the military? Let's stick a civilian in there to ride with you and report with you.
Alright, but right now, I guess I'm really trying to figure out how I'm gonna.
Well, basically, you're about to undergo a mission tomorrow at the break of dawn. These guys have just arrived. They're probably not jet lagged because there's not a lot of time zone difference, but they have just been on a long flight. You could say, we're gonna go conduct, covert military operations behind enemy lines. We can't risk anything getting out ahead of time. You're, protocol. You can't put anything on paper yet.
Yeah. So, basically, I'll, go and catch up with the XO. I'm hoping, get paperwork done and, explain that, unfortunately, just because of the time you've arrived, there will be an operation going on tomorrow, but since everything isn't all fully squared away, and it is in quite dangerous territory, I must strongly recommend that you not join, but, I'll be more than happy to give you the details of said operations upon our return.
Alright, go ahead and give me an appeal test, Chief.
Appeal.
Be good with your words. And remember, you don't get all your magical bonuses because she's not a soldier.
She's not a soldier, but I think I still get like a +10, and...
Well, remember, you explicitly said you're not wearing your medals.
Yeah, I know. No, I get it. No, just I have +10 to appeal anyway.
Oh, you do? Wow, nice.
Yeah,
you're talking.
I actually bought stuff. Because originally I was going to be a super social character, and it's like, no, I go shoot shit. I'm like, fuck! Whatever.
It's coming back. Your GM definitely didn't forget.
I would like to say that honorable applies to this.
Probably, yeah. You're like, listen, fair lady, doth not go into combat with me. That's a bad idea. We didn't plan for this.
Yeah.
Maybe later we can, you're making a roll to make an appropriate argument to her to basically be like, yo, you can't come with us. We didn't plan for this. It'd be a bad idea. You don't even want to go. You're going to be stuck in the middle of the desert. We can't, it's not like you can take photographs or anything.
So 39 out of 60. Yeah. That is 2 degrees of success.
All right. Yeah, basically she takes an advice and agrees and be like, actually, it's probably a good idea anyway. It's been a while since I did my basic mobility training in academy, so wouldn't want to slow you down in the field. And basically, this is what comes out. So you learn a couple things. Caroline is mobility unit trained because she went to, like I said, a proper academy. So she's been through all the units. She's familiar with all types, but she took a test once a couple years ago and hasn't done it again since. So she's a little iffy. Roth was in the military, so she is much more experiencedly trained. She's never really used a flying unit before, though. She was a ground one, so she's familiar with the operation. she probably should go through a refresher course to learn how to, like, slow down and ascend and descend and stuff.
Okay. I will add...
Mr. De Jaeger, well, obviously, you know, he's, as... You may or may not bring him on every operation, because he's kind of just like an extra. He's your +1 if you need a photographer. He can do that, and also some other stuff. And he knows the lay of the land a little. He expounds that he's from his story, you would say that he is what, you know, you probably wouldn't want to say this to his face to be rude, but you would count that he's probably low blood or even thin blooded. He responds that, you know, his family hasn't had a very strong talent for a few generations. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of siblings. That they're like almost none of them show hardly any talent at all. They're a little sensitive, but otherwise they're not really good at you know, flashy magic. So like he, out of like 6 or 7 siblings, he's one of the few that's got a real talent. So he's only good at a little bit of earth, and he's good with animals. Is basically what he says.
Oh, that's cute.
So he's got.
I am gonna.
So he has talent. He was mentored. You know, he knows some basic spell work. He has never been in a mobility unit in his life, so he is not mobility unit certified. Now, you know that in this being wartime, you know, there is a crash course you could run him through that's like a week worth of lessons if you wanted to schedule that. But
as I said, well, we need a week for it, and we don't have that right now.
No.
I am gonna add as an afterthought though. If you do feel so inclined, I'll give her our departure time, and you can maybe get a first-hand experience of what is it like to see our force mobilize.
All right. So she'll take note of that.
Mm-hmm. But with that, I do believe that is everything. So I will leave you to maybe get familiar on yourselves and maybe freshen up a bit. As that it was a bit of a flight.
Yeah. So, but yeah, basically with his papers, Adam is like, okay, I'm gonna, got my stuff dropped off. I'm gonna go back to my place. Give the paper a ring if you need me, or send a guy. I'll, come by anytime you call for photographs or anything. And he, scoots off.
All right.
The two go about their business.
All right.
You probably don't logistics-wise. I mean, you may want to drop a line to your recovery lieutenant in the machine shop to be like, hey, at some point, get the civvies fitted for mobility units.
Mm-hmm.
Like make sure they have a unit they know to use and stuff. But
yeah, we'll make sure to get some spares. Make sure that we got a couple ready to go.
Yeah, you got.
So not right now.
You have a few. I believe we talked about it. Like your supply situation on this isn't bad. You just got those supplies in, those few days ago, even. So you have a couple of spare units. You got a couple of units which are for parts, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Emergency repairs. Maybe some older models that are like being fine tuned, because a lot of your guys had units and then were replaced by newer, more advanced, more fine tuned stuff.
Yeah.
So you've got plenty of spares.
Actually, so what about what time is it? I would say we spent like it was early morning when she showed up, right?
No, it was early afternoon.
Early afternoon. It's probably evening by now.
Yeah, it depends on how slow and how chatty you were, but you could have easily fucked around for a couple hours. Remember, it's still summer, so it doesn't get dark until late. But yeah, it's probably getting on towards evening meal.
Yeah. Well, okay. If we had time, I was gonna see about modifying my armor into powered armor, but screw it.
No, you want to get a good night's sleep. It's probably too late for that.
Yeah. So, hearty meal. Crash early. Again, pass the word. Recommend my officers get everyone to rest early. We're up at the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
Well,
right, let's see. Probably a little pre-dawn, because you're roughly you're intercepting a dawn patrol. Let's see. We've been going for about 2.5 hours. I think a lot of that will edit down though. So, how you guys feeling? You ready to go ahead and do the thing, or you want to take a break?
I'm willing to take a break. Like, honestly, like, this is one of those those downtime sessions that I actually feel like was actually really full. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of talking.
Here's a good point we should have brought up. Because Ulrich was just banging around back there, but he's, your senior NCO. Do you take a moment to find him, or do you not bother him while he's doing whatever he does with your tour?
Yeah, no, I would say I would not go out of my way to find him. But if I saw him, more running around, I would hail him, do introductions.
And so you're probably introduced to all those people.
Yeah.
Wonderful questions, blah, blah, blah. There's probably some chatterboxing about some medals you earned, stuff like that.
Yeah, like honestly, like Ulrich, I know Ulrich isn't the most chatty type, so like putting him up front with someone who is going to be asking a lot of questions, I'm like.
So yeah, basically, in that case, if we're gonna wrap up, I'll just make sure we get some like policy questions out of you. So like, it's your unit they're embedded with, so you get to set kind of like the comings and goings. So like, you know, are you basically giving them a free pass? They can just come on and off base as they like. Are you gonna like, you know, are you gonna treat them like soldiers and be like, you know, you should be on base with the unit unless, you know, you make sure to tell the desk when you're leaving, kind of stuff, like that sort of thing. So that's one of them.
Basically, I'm gonna set everyone as like they're free to come and go as their plans, but they must every time they leave the base, they must check in. Every time they return, they check out. Staying out overnight is highly discouraged.
Yeah. So
yeah. So
you know,
I'm putting a bit of rain on them, but
sure
not.
And you're probably giving this more to Roth because she's the quote unquote chaperone in this case. So it's like, yeah all right. You know,
right,
if you're you know, you probably let them know you let them know the telephone line to the base because you have one of the handful of telephone lines. So they call the switchboard. You guys do have a couple of staff cars. You can send a car to pick them up or drop them off anywhere if they need it. I assume you're going to be okay with letting Roth basically concealed carry the whole time.
Yeah.
So she's.
I will let them know that if they do go on operations with those, though, I will treat them as soldiers and expect them to act accordingly.
All right. You tell them to do something. You instinctively understand that's not going to be a problem for one of them, but
yeah,
the fact that it might be a problem for the other one is why you have the second one in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I wanted to describe Viola a little bit. She's got kind of darkish, like a little dark gray, like very dark gray hair and kind of like polished steel eyes. You assume she's a metal mage like you.
Go! Metal 5.
Ting. You do the secret metal mage handshake. Naturally, of course, Miss Wedekind is a wood mage. She's very, very positive and stuff. She's got a little flower in her hair, which is a real flower, and it somehow stayed nice throughout the whole day in the heat. You don't know. It's a weird mage thing, I'm sure. But yeah, so basically, and then there's another question of like, actually, this is a good point. Do you like double check what they're carrying? Like, what's their, military supply situation?
Yeah, like unfortunately, I do feel like we need to at least do an inspection of their stuff just to make sure there's nothing strange.
All right. No, nobody slipped anything in their bags. They do an inventory double check. It's like, okay, you're gonna be staying here. What's in this box? That's my hat box. Pop it open. Yeah, it's still got hats in there. Dress box. Blah blah blah.
It's like we won't get like too invasive.
No, you didn't get
all right, I need
but
to
it's
pull
mostly
all of your...
like I said. Roth's pretty lightly packed. She's got like a go bag. She's got a little bit of an outdated old service rifle, but very respectful. Mm-hmm. She's bought a couple of commercial boxes of ammo with her that'll last her probably a few days worth of practice shooting if you had a shooting range. So you probably don't need to worry about her stealing your ammo anytime soon. She's got her own, like I said, service pistol and a knife. She didn't really bring anything other than that. It's like super important. Some spare sets of clothes, personal grooming supplies. She's got all that, basically the equivalent of your grooming kit and mess kit.
Oh yeah, useful.
Caroline is heavier packed, but most of it's like different types of outfits, a couple of different stuff. She's got a little kit with like a array of makeups and perfumes. She's not blasting those on, but obviously like I said, she's planning on going some places. And now that you realize that she's the Major General's niece, that makes a lot of sense because. He's big dick swinging in this town, so he probably he has dinners with the governor and stuff, and high officials where she might pop out for an evening. For your curfew problem, that's no problem. That basically that you get the impression the general staff will basically let your staff know, and they'll handle all the problem. And if something fucks up, then it's their fault, unless they try to say it's your fault. But in that case, they just won't find those guys. They'll disappear in the desert somewhere, and nobody will ask any questions.
Hey, remember, unless it's not murders unless you find a body. Otherwise, it's just missing person cases.
Oh, they're missing in action. Funny. Must have gone AWOL. Work was too much for him.
But, yeah. Yeah, Wolfgang is definitely going to be having a stiff drink before bed tonight.
And Caroline's personal equipment is pretty light. Like, she appears to have finagled her way into an armor vest at some point. Like, it's in her pack, like the full-blown, flak vest.
That's good.
Body armor. And she has not quite a Derringer, but she has an adorable purse gun that's, like, nickel-plated with pearl handles. Like, very much a civilian... Like, the kind of thing you draw in a bar fight or a dark alley, not, I'm gonna fight out in the field. So she clearly knows how to operate it, she can protect herself a little bit, but yeah, if it comes to a fight, she is just not equipped for that. Like, she doesn't have, like, a fighting knife, she's definitely not issued anything remotely resembling a service weapon. She brought her personal defense gun from home.
We might see about, along with that, Alright, let's see if I can make an issue or maybe a standard pistol. I don't know.
Well, you guys do make very nice pistols.
Yeah. Anyway, that's
honestly
that's
between the exotic weapons that your senior staff has accrued, you've probably got a couple of unmarked officer pistols lying around.
Yeah. We'll figure out something, but as I said, that's a problem for future Wolfgang. Mm-hmm. Right now, I gotta go blow up trucks, but we're gonna do that next time.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and end the recording. For the YouTube version, I'll let everybody know to remember to like and comment and subscribe to this video and, something about notifications. And if you don't want to sit here and watch a 2.5-hour video, or however long this trims down to, you could support us on Patreon and get an audio version. Then you can just take it with you.
Right.
And if there's no more thoughts from my players, I'm going to cut the recording.
Yeah, none.